Chapter 1098. His lips couldn't help but curl into a smile. He found Zhao Yun quite interesting. This was the first time he had met someone who didn't want more money. The man in yellow smiled and said, "It's actually inconvenient for me to keep so much change. Why don't you take it?" Zhao Yun's mouth twitched. Was this what it meant to be a rich fool? Not only did he not want money, he even despised it. This was the first time Zhao Yun had seen this. However, she couldn't say anything to this kind of rich man. What could she do if he was happy? That's young master's business. It has nothing to do with me. After Zhao Yun finished speaking, she turned back to the stall and continued to take care of her business. The man in yellow's smile deepened. He muttered to himself, "Interesting, interesting, really interesting. Are all the girls in Yang City so unique?" As the man in yellow spoke, he looked at the man in blue beside him. The corners of the blue-robed man's mouth curled up as he replied with a smile. "I don't know either. Maybe this girl is special. I've never seen her like this before." The man in yellow laughed heartily. This is the first time I've seen a woman who doesn't like money." The man in blue followed behind and agreed, That's right. Let's go." "Okay." As the two men spoke, they left Zhao Yun's stall. After busying herself for a while in the morning, she packed up the stall. When she went to the market to buy things, she suddenly bumped into young Master Meng. He hadn't met her for so long in Yang City, but he didn't expect to meet her this time. Zhao Yun pretended not to see him and wanted to avoid young Master Meng. However, young Master Meng saw her and walked towards Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun's brows twitched for a moment. She had a feeling that something bad was going to happen. Sure enough, young Master Meng arrived in front of Zhao Yun. He gave Zhao Yun a wretched smile and said, "Miss Yun, what a coincidence that I ran into you." Zhao Yun frowned and pursed her lips. "Yes, what a coincidence. Miss Yun, I couldn't remember it before. But now that I've seen you, I've remembered something." Young Master Meng smiled. There seemed to be a deeper meaning in his words, as if he wanted to express something. Zhao Yun's heart tightened slightly. She knew that something bad was going to happen. She didn't know what young Master Meng had thought of, but it was fine as long as he wasn't looking for trouble with her. What did young Master Meng think of? Zhao Yun raised her eyebrows and asked, "Miss Yun, the things I sent to you last time when I came back, one of them was missing." Zhao Yun asked, "What's missing?" "A bolt of silk is missing. It's dozens of taels of silver. I wonder when you'll return it? Although it's a bit late to say it now, since Miss Yun insisted on returning it to me, I can't return the other things but keep one." "Don't you think so, Miss Yun?" As young Master Meng spoke, there was a trace of calculation in his eyes. "Of course, if Miss Yun can't return it, you can use other methods to make up for it. After all, I'm a relatively easygoing person. Dozens of taels of silver isn't a small amount. I can't just let it go like this." Zhao Yun frowned. She knew that young Master Meng wanted to ask for it from her and had some other bad ideas. Chapter 1099. She replied with some displeasure, "Young Master Meng, this is your business. You were the one who insisted on giving me those things back then. If you want to give them to me, then so be it. However, these things were given to my grandmother and the others. They were the ones who accepted them. If anything is missing, you can go and find them. This has nothing to do with me." Young Master Meng frowned slightly. He felt that his plan had failed. "Since Miss Yun said so, it seems that I have to make a trip to your place later." Young Master Meng's tone carried a hint of threat. When he saw Zhao Yun, his desire to conquer was aroused. Since Zhao Yun did not work here, he would make a trip to old Zhao's house. He would force Zhao Yun's elders to see if they had a way to make Zhao Yun yield to him. Zhao Yun did not take young Master Meng's threat seriously at all. She replied indifferently, "Do as you wish. If you have nothing else, I will go first." Zhao Yun hooked up the corner of her mouth and pulled Liang Jinxiao away. He felt disgusted if he stayed for another second. On the way back, Liang Jinxiao sighed and said to Zhao Yun, "Yun, your grandmother really took a batch of silk and satin to make clothes for your aunt. Is this silk and satin really as expensive as young Master Meng said? A piece of silk is worth dozens of taels of silver? Zhao Yun'er shook her head. I don't know if it's worth dozens of taels of silver, but it shouldn't be too cheap. Now that they insist that it's worth dozens of taels of silver, what can we do? Hearing Zhao Yun'er's words, Liang Jinxiao sighed and said, if it's really worth dozens of taels of silver, then if young Master Meng asks your grandmother and the others for it, where can they find dozens of taels of silver? Obviously, Liang Jinxiao was worried about old Zhao's family. Young Master Meng was no ordinary person. How could they, mere commoners, deal with him? Furthermore, they were the ones who were being unreasonable in this matter. After all, they had taken someone else's things. How could they not return it? Zhao Xinhui used the cloth to make clothes, so the old Zhao family had to pay young Master Meng. Otherwise, it would not make sense. Even if they went to the Yamen to argue, the county magistrate would definitely order old Zhao's family to pay the money back to young Master Meng. But with old Zhao's family situation, not to mention dozens of taels, even a few taels of silver would be good enough. Zhao Yun'er smiled and comforted Liang Jinxiao. Mother, why are you worrying so much? Asking them to return it is the same as asking us to return it. Grandma and those greedy people have to be taught a lesson like this. Otherwise, how can they learn their lesson? Liang Jinxiao sighed and said, Sai, that's your grandma after all. When the time comes, even chickens and dogs will not have peace. Our family will also be in trouble. What trouble can we get into? Don't tell me they want us to pay these taels of silver? Maybe. Mother, don't think so much. No matter what, I definitely won't pay this money. If it's really impossible, then use little aunt as a substitute. Our little aunt is not bad looking. Perhaps young Master Meng will like her. Liang Jinxiao was slightly stunned. He was convinced by Zhao Yun'er's words. This girl was really imaginative. Speaking of which, Zhao Xinhui was not young and was not married yet. If she were to marry young Master Meng, Hua Chunhua would probably agree. Chapter 1100. Liang Jinxiao could only nod and reply, Okay. It's mother who is worrying. After Liang Jinxiao finished speaking, he did not continue on this matter. Not long after, a few people drove the donkey back to the village. When they just returned, Zhao Ping'er and Qin Yuan also came over. When Zhao Yun'er saw that Zhao Ping'er and Qin Yuan had returned home, she could not help but snort coldly in her heart. They really knew how to calculate the time and made it in time for lunch. Zhao Ping'er followed behind Qin Yuan happily. Her face was rosy, and it was obvious that she had just gotten married. Seeing Zhao Ping'er like this, Liang Jinxiao felt slightly relieved in her heart. It seemed that her Ping'er lass was not doing too badly in her in-laws' house. Otherwise, Zhao Ping'er would not be like this. Mother, Zhao Ping'er came in front of Liang Jinxiao and called out with a smile. Come in and have a seat. Liang Jinxiao greeted. Mother, there's no need. Hurry up and cook. Big brother Yuan and I still have to eat. Did you make a lot of delicious food to entertain me today? Zhao Ping'er looked at Liang Jinxiao expectantly. The corner of Liang Jinxiao's mouth twitched slightly. Delicious food? Yes, mother. When I return home today, there will definitely be a lot of delicious food, right? Little girl Ping'er, just like how you usually do. What else can you prepare? Liang Jinxiao replied in confusion. Returning home was not a big deal. If it was a big deal, it was still possible to prepare. After hearing Liang Jinxiao's words, Zhao Ping'er pouted unhappily. Mother, how can you be like this? It's not easy for me to make a trip back, and you're still not making delicious food for me. You don't know. Zhao Ping'er originally wanted to complain that she did not eat well at the family Qin and was waiting to eat more today. However, Liang Jinxiao did not specially prepare any delicious food. She glanced at Qin Yuan at the side. If she said this to Liang Jinxiao, Qin Yuan would definitely be angry. Thus, she swallowed her words. Zhao Yun'er heard this and could not take it anymore. She mocked Zhao Ping, Sister Ping'er, it's good enough that you have something to eat, but you're still so picky. She had just gotten married 2 days ago, and now she was back. She had just come back 2 days ago. Furthermore, a married daughter is like spilled water. You're no longer a part of our old family. Why do we have to provide you with good food and drinks? Zhao Pinger angrily glared at Zhao Yun. You? How can you be so bad? I'm asking Mom for food, not you. Liang Jinxiao quickly tried to mediate between them. All right. Stop quarreling. Ping, this is indeed not a big day. You eat well at home. Don't we have meat on a daily basis? Could it be that the food is not good enough to entertain you? Zhao Ping pursed her lips. She knew that Liang Jinxiao was telling the truth. The food at home was better than the food specially prepared by others. No matter what, it was very rare to have meat. She thought about what she ate at the family chin. She could not even think about touching a piece of meat. These 2 days were still considered good because there were leftovers from the banquet. After 2 days, when the banquet was finished, she would probably only be able to eat some vegetables without oil. Mom, I'm just saying. I don't blame you. I'm just greedy. Zhao Ping looked at Liang Jinxiao pitifully. Liang Jinxiao felt a little sorry for his daughter, so he comforted her. All right. Go and cook. Chapter 1101. After that, she said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, let me accompany you to the kitchen. I'll go and help out too. After Zhao Ping said that, Liang Jinxiao looked at Zhao Ping with some doubts. She had never seen her daughter take the initiative to ask for help in such a sensible manner. Could it be that she suddenly became sensible after marrying into the family Qin family? Or was it because her in-laws taught her well? However, Liang Jinxiao still felt gratified that Zhao Ping could be sensible. Liang Jinxiao smiled and said to Zhao Ping, Ping, go and rest. You don't have to help Mother. Mother and Yun can cook. Zhao Ping did not completely want to help Liang Jinxiao. Instead, she thought that Qin Yuan would not follow her to the kitchen. If there was anything, she could secretly tell Liang Jinxiao. Mother, you don't have to thank me. Let me help you. I can learn how to cook from you. Big brother Yuan said that Yun's cooking is delicious. He asked me to learn from Yun so that I can cook for him when I go back, Zhao Ping said. After Zhao Ping said that, Qin Yuan followed behind and shouted again. Yes, mother-in-law. You have to let Ping learn well. You don't know, but Ping turned my house upside down when she came. Not only did she almost burn down the kitchen, but she also burned all the vegetables in my house. Qin Yuan's words were filled with complaints. He was criticizing Zhao Ping's faults. After Liang Jinxiao heard that, she was slightly stunned. She did not expect Zhao Ping to do such things. It was fine if it was in her own house, but it was inevitable that she would be despised by her in-laws. It was no wonder that Qin Yuan wanted Zhao Ping to learn well. Liang Jinxiao smiled embarrassedly and said to Qin Yuan, Ping has caused trouble in the past. Give her some time and let her learn first. She will definitely get better in the future. Qin Yuan nodded and responded. Liang Jinxiao then called out to Zhao Ping, Ping, what are you still standing there for? Come with me to the kitchen. You're already so old, you can't even do such a simple task. You're really an embarrassment to our family. You're doing well in your in-law's house. Otherwise, such a daughter-in-law would have rushed back. Zhao Pinger curled her lips. Mother, it's fine if others dislike me, but you also dislike me. Liang Jinxiao sighed. All right. Let's not talk about it anymore. Come to the kitchen. Zhao Pinger followed. In the kitchen, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao cooked while Liang Jinxiao taught Zhao Pinger in detail. It was rare for Zhao Ping to be so attentive. Previously, when Liang Jinxiao taught her how to cook, Zhao Ping had a nonchalant attitude. The reason why Zhao Pinger was so serious was because she was really scared. She was afraid that if she did not cook well next time, Mu Chunfang would probably scold her again. Forget it. If he scolded her, so be it. But if he punished her by not eating lunch, she would be half dead. In addition, she did not want Qin Yuan to continue to despise her. Cooking well was to please Qin Yuan. Chapter 1102. After Zhao Ping heard this, she nodded repeatedly, indicating that she had remembered it. She had been wondering why she was so bad at cooking. It turned out that there was a lot of knowledge involved, and it was not a simple matter. When Mu Chunfang taught her, he did not have a conscience. He watched her carefully and patiently, so she did not learn well. After learning it once, she did not know what to do at all. After Liang Jinxiao taught her, Zhao Ping felt that she was enlightened. Mother, it's not easy to cook. After Zhao Ping heard this, she sighed to Liang Jinxiao. Liang Jinxiao smiled and said, of course. Nothing is easy. So Ping, you have to learn well. When you get to your in-laws' house, you can't be lazy like you were in your parents' house. Let me know. It's good that you know. I don't want to nag you too much. I know, Mother. After saying this, Liang Jinxiao asked about Zhao Ping's situation after marrying into the family Qin. Zhao Ping pursed her lips, full of grievance. Mother, it's not good at all for me to marry into their family. They always make me do this and that. I'm so tired. My arm has been aching for the past 2 days. It feels like it's broken. Zhao Ping complained to Liang Jinxiao. Liang Jinxiao comforted her. Ping, this is normal. When you marry into their family, you have to work. When I got married, I had to help out on the second day. Now that you're their daughter-in-law, how can you not work hard? Zhao Ping did not agree. Mother, it's one thing to work, but the work they made me do is not ordinary work. Liang Jinxiao asked curiously, not ordinary work? Then what kind of work did they make you do? Mother. Zhao Ping told her mother about how Mu Chunfang had asked her to wash Qin Chuan's pants. After hearing this, Liang Jinxiao opened his mouth. He was still a little surprised. Based on what Zhao Ping said, if it was true, then it wouldn't be good. Zhao Ping continued, Mother, you don't know, but at that time, it was so smelly. After washing my hands, I smelled my hands. Why do I feel like there's a strange smell? But he had washed it so many times. Mother, it's so disgusting. Anyway, you didn't wash it, so you wouldn't know. I'm so pitiful. After doing all this, I still haven't gotten any better. They didn't even let me eat lunch yesterday. I'm starving to death. For some reason, after hearing Zhao Ping's words, Zhao Yun didn't have any sympathy at all. Instead, she couldn't help but want to laugh. Zhao Ping, this idiot. After she got married, there was finally someone who could control her. This family Qin was not living a human life at all. It wasn't even as good as how Hua Chunhua treated Liang Jinxiao in the past. However, even so, Zhao Ping seemed to be willing to accept it and continue living with Qin Yuan. Perhaps this was the power of love. Zhao Yun couldn't hold it in and suddenly laughed. Seeing that Zhao Yun actually laughed, Zhao Ping glared at Zhao Yun angrily. I'm already so miserable and you're still laughing. Zhao Yun, is this what you want to see me like? Zhao Yun suppressed her laughter and replied indifferently to Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at your silly brother. He's already so old, but he's actually peeing and pooping in his pants. Only then did Zhao Ping's angry face look a little better. Chapter 1103. Upon hearing Zhao Yun's words, Zhao Ping replied, Yes, that fool is too much. Seriously, how could he do such a thing when he's so old? I don't know why they're keeping such an ancestor at home. If it were up to Zhao Ping, she would have simply thrown Qin Chuan far away so that he wouldn't be a nuisance at home. However, not only did Qin Dahai and Mu Chunfang not throw him away, they even doted on Qin Chuan like a treasure. Especially Mu Chunfang. He treated Qin Chuan even better than Qin Yuan. She didn't know how a fool was worth it. When Liang Jinxiao heard this, he advised, Ping, no matter what, Qin Chuan is their child. There's no reason to throw him away. After all, they can't bear to part with their own flesh and blood. This was probably something that only parents could understand. It was normal that Zhao Ping couldn't understand. Zhao Ping replied indifferently, Anyway, I don't like that fool. He even hit me. He only knows how to bully people. Alright. Ping, let's not talk about this anymore. There's nothing we can do when you're married into his family. Just do your job well. Zhao Ping replied weakly. Liang Jinxiao then asked Zhao Ping about other things. Seeing that it was nothing major, he felt relieved. However, there was something he wanted to ask, but he didn't know how to bring it up. He frowned, feeling conflicted. In the end, he still brought it up to Zhao Ping. Last Ping, did you know that child touch you again these 2 nights after you got married? Mother, what do you mean he didn't touch me? Zhao Ping looked at Liang Jinxiao in confusion. It's that. He did that. What? Zhao Ping was still confused. When Zhao Yun heard this, she guessed that it couldn't be. Zhao Ping's ugly appearance could scare people to death. Qin Yuan would not touch her unless he was too thirsty. Liang Jinxiao blushed and did not know what to say to Zhao Ping. That's right, that's what a man and woman do when they consummate their marriage. After hearing Liang Jinxiao's explanation, Zhao Ping understood. She lowered her head shyly and said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, of course. Zhao Yun couldn't hold it in anymore. She wanted to laugh, and her body moved forward. She looked at Zhao Ping in shock. It can't be. Did Qin Yuan really make a move on Zhao Ping? Did she hear wrongly? Or was Zhao Ping mistaken? Or was there something wrong with her expression? Really? Liang Jinxiao asked happily. Zhao Ping's face was red. I am mother, you really are. Of course it's true. Do you think I'd lie to you? Liang Jinxiao nodded in satisfaction and muttered, That's good, that's good. Since Zhao Ping and Qin Yuan had done that, it meant that Qin Yuan had acknowledged Zhao Ping as his wife. In this way, Ping would not be chased away by the family Qin. In addition, if Zhao Ping could get pregnant and give birth to a child for the family Qin, then the family Qin would probably not chase Zhao Ping away. In the future, she would not have to worry about Zhao Ping. Otherwise, she would have to worry about what would happen if Zhao Ping was divorced by her husband's family. After all, he did not want a girl like Zhao Ping to stay at home. Zhao Ping laughed shyly. After the meal was ready, the whole family ate together. Chapter 1104. This was because the emperor was satisfied, so he arranged for Mu Lianfeng to quickly use this material to make a large number of weapons, so that he could have good luck on the battlefield. This way, the army's combat power would be improved, and it would be easier to increase their strength when fighting against other countries' armies. Zhao Yun was a little disappointed. After all, she was looking forward to Mu Lianfeng's return. Now that he was back, it was no different from not coming back. She couldn't see much of him every day, so she always felt a little sad. Zhao Yun didn't have anything else to do, so she decided to make a pair of shoes for Mu Lianfeng. She had never made anything for him before. Seeing how virtuous Mulan was to make shoes for Zhu Eru and the children at home, she felt a little envious. Zhao Yun couldn't remember what Aunt Lu taught her before, so she wanted to learn more from Mulan. Mulan readily agreed, so Zhao Yun prepared the things and went to Mulan's house to make shoes for Mu Lianfeng. The two of them sat in the yard with stools, leaned against a tree, and began to sew. Zhao Yun was doing it, and Mulan gave her pointers from time to time. She didn't know if it was because she wasn't good at these things, but even though she was learning very seriously, the stitches she made were much worse than Mulan's. Mulan's stitches were neat, but hers looked like it had been gnawed by something. Zhao Yun glanced at Mulan's stitches, then looked at her own stitches, and secretly shook her head. No, these stitches weren't presentable at all. Sigh, forget it, I won't do it. Zhao Yun sighed. Mulan couldn't help but tease her. Yun, this is the first time I've seen you give up so quickly. Zhao Yun twitched the corner of her mouth. Maybe I just can't learn how to do it well. He has no awareness of this at all. Hi Yun, don't say that. This kind of thing requires experience. You haven't even made a pair of shoes, and you haven't learned much on a daily basis. How can you make it well? It's already very good to be able to make it to your level. When I learned it in the past, the one I made was not as good as yours. Mulan comforted Zhao Yun. Really? Of course it's true. Yun, make a few more pairs. I guarantee it will get better and better. With Mulan's encouragement, Zhao Yun thought that she might as well continue to try. What if she could really do it well? But Yunner, it's fine if you don't want to do it yourself. You can tell me how much you need later, and I'll do it for you slowly, Mulan said straightforwardly. Zhao Yunner naturally did not want to trouble Mulan. Besides, this kind of thing was meaningful only if she made it herself. If she let someone else do it, the meaning would be completely different. No need, sister-in-law Mulan, I'd better do it myself. Mu Nan nodded and said, okay. Come on, let's continue. Okay. While the two of them were busy, they heard a scream coming from the first branch of Family Zhu's house. It was Mulan's sister-in-law, Madame Qi's voice. After Zhao Yunner heard it, she poked her head into the first branch's house, wanting to see what had happened and why Madame Qi was screaming so miserably. However, Mulan sat very calmly, as if nothing had happened. Zhao Yunner looked at Mulan with a puzzled expression. Sister-in-law Mulan, did you hear the noise in the house? Mulan nodded and said, I heard it. Chapter 1105. She was even more puzzled. Since she had heard it, how could Mulan act as if nothing had happened? Shouldn't she have rushed into the house to see what was going on? Based on Zhao Yunner's understanding of Mulan, Mulan wasn't such a calm person. It was really strange, sister-in-law Mulan. Do you know what happened in the house? Zhao Yunner asked. Mulan nodded. Actually, it's nothing. It's just that my eldest brother is teaching my sister-in-law a lesson. Teaching your sister-in-law a lesson? Mulan nodded. My sister-in-law was disobedient, so my eldest brother taught her a lesson. Today is considered good. He beat her all night yesterday, and the screams made me unable to sleep well. Mulan said it very calmly, as if it wasn't a big deal. Zhao Yunner felt strange. Was it because she didn't understand the situation, or had Mulan changed? If it was in the past, shouldn't Mulan interfere and stop Daniel? Why didn't she do that now? Instead, she allowed Zhu Dainiu to beat her up? Zhao Yunner knew that Mulan was kind-hearted and couldn't bear to see others in such a miserable state. Mulan also saw the confusion in Zhao Yunner's eyes, so she explained to Zhao Yunner, don't blame my eldest brother for teaching my sister-in-law a lesson. My sister-in-law went overboard. So I won't interfere and I won't care. I'll let them do what they want. Mulan told Zhao Yunner about what happened by the river, including how Madame Qi framed Mu Hin for seducing Daniel in front of everyone. Madame Qi treated her younger sister like that, causing her younger sister to be wronged and tarnishing her reputation. Now that the Qi family had been dealt with by Zhu Dainiu, she would not stand up for the Qi family unless she was a fool. After listening to Mulan's explanation, Zhao Yunner nodded repeatedly and responded, so that's how it is. That's really a good fight. A woman like Madame Qi needed to be taught a lesson. It was Zhao Yunner's first time standing on the side of a man hitting a woman. Under normal circumstances, she felt that it was inappropriate for a man to hit a woman. After a while, the screams in the room stopped and Madame Qi walked out of the room. Zhao Yunner took a look and found that Madame Qi's face was bruised and swollen. She looked very pitiful. Ai. Zhao Yunner sighed. Some people are just pretentious. As the saying goes, if you don't seek death, you won't die. The Qi clan was in such a miserable state because of their own actions. After staying with Mulan for a while in the afternoon, Zhao Yunner packed up and went back. It was not so fast to make shoes. After sewing and mending, only half of the shoes were made and they looked extremely ugly. After going back, Zhao Yunner secretly put the shoes she made under the quilt. She was too embarrassed to take them out and let others see them. However, the shoes were inadvertently seen by Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng took the shoes and asked Zhao Yunner, are these shoes for me? Mu Lianfeng saw that the shoes were only suitable for him and thought that they should be made for him. Otherwise, who else could they be made for? Thinking that Zhao Yunner actually made shoes for him, a trace of warmth crossed his heart. Zhao Yunner hurriedly snatched the shoes from Mu Lianfeng's hands and hid them behind her. No, it's not for you. Zhao Yunner weakly defended herself. Chapter 1106. Meeting Mu Lianfeng's probing eyes, Zhao Yun felt a little guilty. She replied stubbornly, It's for my father. The corners of Mu Lianfeng's lips curled up slightly. He smiled at Zhao Yun and said, Is that so? Of course. What else could it be? Who else do you think I made it for? Zhao Yun suddenly said. Mu Lianfeng looked very sad. Yun, I thought you made it for me. But Yun, since you made a pair for your father, you can't be biased. You have to make a pair for me too, right? Zhao Yun was silent for a moment. Then she said to Mu Lianfeng, It's not that I can't make it for you, but what? But you can't dislike the shoes I made. I've never made them before, so they're very ugly. If I make a pair of ugly shoes, you have to let me wear them. Mu Lianfeng's smile widened. Of course, if you make them for me, I'll treat them like a treasure and wear them every day. Just wear them. You don't have to treat them like a treasure. Zhao Yun replied. This guy was really giving her face. Zhao Yun was still very happy. He actually didn't dislike her. One had to know that women in this era were very good workers, but she didn't know anything about this. Wouldn't he think that she wasn't virtuous? Yun, what are you thinking about? Mu Lianfeng asked curiously when he saw that Zhao Yun was in a daze. Zhao Yun pursed her lips. No, nothing. If there's nothing, let's go to sleep. Mu Lianfeng patted the bed and called out to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun nodded. She was indeed a little sleepy. After a good night's sleep, Zhao Yun woke up early the next morning to set up a stall in Shangyang City. On this trip to Sun City, Zhao Yun planned to take some time to visit the county magistrate's residence. Because of the help of the deputy county magistrate's wife, she didn't have the chance to express her gratitude. She was too busy these days. Now that he finally had time, there was no harm in paying him a visit. Since they were going there, they definitely couldn't go empty-handed, so Zhao Yun prepared some things. It wasn't something precious, but something that belonged to his family. Zhao Yun made some tea leaves and wanted to let the county premier's wife try something different. Rich people usually ate better food, and most of the food they ate was greasy. After all, they were living a good life and had meat for every meal. However, because of this, it was easy to get indigestion. The intestines were full of greasy things, which was not good for digestion. If they drank more tea, it could clear their intestines. To them, it was a treasure. Zhao Yun thought that they would know the benefits of drinking tea after drinking it for a while. In addition, there was the tiger meat that Zhao Yun pickled before. Tiger meat was good. Most people had never eaten it, so it must be something new for the county premier's wife. After packing up, Zhao Yun went to Sun City. After setting up the stall, she went directly to the county magistrate's residence. This time, Zhao Yun was afraid that the county premier's wife would ask her to stay for dinner, so she asked Liang Jinxiao and Mu Lan to go back to the village first. It was convenient for them to take the ox cart. Zhao Yun drove Xiaomao to the county magistrate's residence. The county premier's wife probably didn't expect that Zhao Yun would come. She went out to welcome her with a smile. Yun, you're here. Chapter 1107. Zhao Yun said and took the things out of the car. She said to the county deputy's wife, By the way, I brought you 2 things. You must have never seen them before. You can have a taste of them. Hearing Zhao Yun's words, the county deputy's wife was curious about what Zhao Yun brought. She greeted Zhao Yun with a smile. Miss Yun, please come in. But Zhao Yun nodded and they entered the county deputy's mansion together. The county deputy's wife gossiped curiously, I don't know what Miss Yun brought me. I'm curious and want to have a look. Zhao Yun smiled and said, Although it's not something valuable, madam, you may like it. Really? The county deputy's wife replied with a smile. Zhao Yun laughed. This is just my guess. Whether you like it or not, it depends on you, county deputy's wife. Zhao Yun said and told the county deputy's wife about the tea leaves and the marinated tiger meat. After hearing it, the county deputy's wife thought it should be very good. Anyway, she had never heard of these 2 things, especially the tea leaves. As for the tiger meat, she had never eaten it. She didn't know what the taste of tiger meat was. "Madam, just soak the tea leaves in water. You can drink it now." Zhao Yun saw the county deputy's wife's curious face and said with a smile. The county deputy's wife hurriedly asked the servants to take the tea leaves and soak them according to Zhao Yun's method. Then she asked Zhao Yun to sit down first, and they chatted. Lan Xian was reading in the study when he heard Zhao Yun coming. Now he didn't have time to read. He ran out of the study happily and came to Zhao Yun. "Big Sister Yun, you're here?" Lan Xian looked up at Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun nodded. "Yes, I was afraid that if I came late, you would say that I didn't keep my promise and didn't come to see you." After Zhao Yun left, Lan Xian had been looking forward to Zhao Yun coming over every day. Lan Xian blushed at Zhao Yun's words. "Sister Yun, all right Xian, come and sit down." The county deputy's wife waved at Lan Xian. Lan Xian nodded and walked to the county deputy's wife. The county deputy's wife said to Zhao Yun, "Miss Yun, can you have lunch with me today? This time, it's only you. You can't refuse, right?" Zhao Yun smiled. "Of course. If I fail to live up to your kindness this time, won't I be too insensible?" The county deputy's wife also smiled. It's not easy to ask you to stay for lunch." Lan Xian saw that Zhao Yun agreed, and the smile on his face became bigger. "That's great. Big Sister Yun, you can stay for lunch today." After a while, the servant made tea and brought it over. Zhao Yun let the county deputy's wife taste it. After the county deputy's wife took a sip of the tea, she felt that it was very magical. When she tasted it for the first time, she felt that it was a little bitter, but gradually she felt that it was a little sweet. In addition, the tea had a very fresh taste, which she didn't usually have with other things. After taking a sip, she felt that her essence, qi, and spirit were lifted, and she was much more energetic. Chapter 1108. Not bad, not bad. Miss Yun, this is really a good thing. The county deputy's wife said. She put down the teacup reluctantly, as if she hadn't had enough. Zhao Yun said with a smile, "Madam, I'm glad you like it. If you don't like it, it's useless no matter how good it is." The county deputy's wife laughed and was in a good mood. Then she chatted with Zhao Yun, "Why don't we have this meat for lunch?" Zhao Yun nodded, "Okay. But the cooks in my mansion probably don't know how to make it. Miss Yun, you have to tell them first. Tell them how to make it." Zhao Yun said with a smile, "That's easy." With that, Zhao Yun explained how to make the tiger meat. The marinated tiger meat was also meat. It was similar to ordinary meat, but the taste was a little special. Braising, steaming, and stir-frying could be done. It could be paired with any dish. As long as the cook's basic skills were good, the taste of the stir-fried tiger meat would not be too bad. After Zhao Yun finished entertaining the guests, the county deputy's wife was curious about the tea. "Yun, where did you get this tea? Why haven't I seen it before? I haven't seen anyone drinking it. It's really a good thing. No one has discovered it." The county deputy's wife was full of curiosity as she spoke. Zhao Yun explained patiently. The tea was picked from the mountains. It was not a rare thing. It was just that no one knew the effect of the tea and how to make it. Because of this, no one drank it. Naturally, it was not sold in the market. No matter how rich you were, you couldn't buy it. After listening to Zhao Yun's explanation, the county deputy's wife nodded. "So that's the case. It's a pity that it's such a good thing." Zhao Yun smiled. "It's not a big deal. If Madam likes it, I'll send some more to Madam later." That won't do. Miss Yun, it's not easy for you to take care of this thing. I can't always ask you for it." Zhao Yun smiled and said, "It's fine, Madam. It wasn't too troublesome. There's no need to be courteous with me. If you're courteous with me, I'll have to be courteous with you later." The county deputy's wife was amused by Zhao Yun. She had to say, "Okay. Then, Miss Yun, I won't be polite with you." The deputy county magistrate's wife suddenly thought of something and asked Zhao Yun, "Miss Yun, since the tea leaves are so good and no one else knows how to make them, why don't you make more of them and sell them? I'm sure you can make a lot of money." The deputy county magistrate's wife thought that Zhao Yun was too tired to sell breakfast every day. If she changed it to selling tea, it would be much easier. According to the deputy county magistrate's wife, rich people like her would definitely be willing to spend money to buy such a good thing. It didn't matter if it was expensive. It was refreshing to drink. If it could clear the intestines like Zhao Yun'er said, it would be better. It could help with digestion. It was estimated that many rich people would want it. They didn't have to worry about the sales. Zhao Yun'er was slightly stunned. Can this be sold? Zhao Yun'er was confused. In her opinion, although the tea leaves were good, people in this era didn't know the effect of the tea leaves. If the market was not opened, how could they sell it? Chapter 1109. If they went into the mountains to pick the tea leaves, they had to hire people and pay them every day. They might not be able to pick much tea leaves. Only by raising the price could they make some money. However, it would be difficult to sell the tea leaves after the price was raised. The county deputy's wife said with a smile, "Of course, someone will buy it. I believe that I can definitely sell it at a good price." Seeing that the county deputy's wife was so confident, Zhao Yun'er asked her why she said so. These ordinary scholars are all rich. When they study, it's easy for them to fall asleep at night. You see, your tea has the effect of refreshing one's mind. If you buy it and make a cup of it, you won't feel sleepy when you study at night. In addition, rich people usually eat greasy food, so it's easy for them to get indigestion. If tearing up your tea leaves can help them to get indigestion, they will be willing to buy it. Rich people think it's a good thing. Are you afraid that you can't sell it at a good price? After hearing the county deputy's wife's analysis, Zhao Yun'er agreed. What the county deputy's wife said was right. However, how could those rich people know about this good thing? At least, they had to be willing to buy it. The first step was to sell it and let people know about it. She only knew the county deputy's wife. She didn't know about the other rich people, so she couldn't sell it to them one by one. It was not easy to advertise. It seemed that the county deputy's wife saw Zhao Yun'er's worry, so she said with a smile, "Miss Yun, my master will definitely like the tea leaves when he drinks them. I'll ask him to introduce you to some rich people in Yang City. Then your tea leaves will naturally be bought." Zhao Yun'er didn't expect the county deputy's wife to be so enthusiastic. She was a little embarrassed to ask her for so much trouble. Will it be too much trouble for the county deputy? Zhao Yun'er asked with embarrassment. The county deputy's wife waved her hand and said, "It's okay, Miss Yun. It won't be too much trouble for him. It's just a piece of cake. Besides, he had a lot of friends, and they like to recommend things to each other. I'm guessing that after he drinks your tea, I won't even need to say anything. He'll promote it to others and let his friends taste your fresh tea." Zhao Yun'er smiled after hearing what the county deputy's wife said. If that was the case, there was no harm in asking the county magistrate to introduce her to him. If the tea leaves were sold successfully, they would indeed earn more money than if they had sold earlier. If her business could expand and earn more money, then she wouldn't need to set up her stall earlier. This way, he could spend more time at home to accompany Daodu and Mu Lianfeng and take care of the family. "Madam, Yun'er thanks you in advance. It doesn't matter if it works or not." Good. The deputy county magistrate's wife nodded. She really hoped that Zhao Yun'er's family could live a better life. Zhao Yun'er was a good girl. She gave her a feeling that she was different from other girls. Just as the two of them were laughing, they saw two other figures walking towards them. One of them was the county deputy, and the other was a man in yellow. Chapter 1110. Why did he come to the county magistrate's mansion? And he seemed to be chatting with the county magistrate? Zhao Yun'er observed for a while and found that the county magistrate was very respectful to this man. She guessed that this man's identity was not ordinary. Although she was curious, Zhao Yun'er couldn't ask. When the man in yellow saw Zhao Yun'er, he was slightly taken aback at first, then the corner of his mouth curled up into a meaningful smile. When the county magistrate came over, the county magistrate's wife stood up and said to him with a smile, "My lord, you're back?" The county magistrate nodded. Seeing the man in yellow beside the county magistrate, The county magistrate's wife asked curiously. The county magistrate was about to say something, but he was stopped by the man in yellow. The man in yellow gave the county magistrate a look, and the county magistrate understood. He said to the county magistrate's wife, "Madam, this is Child Huang. He will stay in our mansion for a few days." The county magistrate's wife looked at the man in yellow and thought that he must have something to do with her husband. Otherwise, he wouldn't bring someone back to stay for a few days for no reason. So she nodded and said politely to the man in yellow, "Child Huang, please sit down. Let's have lunch together later." Child Huang didn't refuse and sat down. Before he sat down, he looked into Zhao Yun's eyes and nodded to Zhao Yun, with a smile as a greeting. Zhao Yun also forced a smile and nodded. But she was curious about the identity of this man. Seeing the tea on the table, the county magistrate asked curiously, "What's in this cup? Why do I feel that the smell is a little special?" Since the county magistrate was curious, the county magistrate's wife explained with a smile, "My lord, I was just about to tell you. This is something that Miss Yun specially sent to us. It's called tea. It's very special. Ordinary people haven't tasted it before. It tastes a little sweet and refreshes the mind. By the way, if you drink it often, it's good for your intestines and can clear your digestion." After hearing the county magistrate's wife's explanation, the county magistrate's curiosity became stronger. So he said to the county magistrate's wife, "There's such a good thing. Let me try it." The county magistrate's wife nodded with a smile. "Okay, my lord. I'll pour you a cup." The county magistrate waved his hand and said, "No need. I can do it myself." As he picked up the cup and was about to taste it, he saw Child Huang was looking at him. He seemed to be very interested in the tea in his hand. The county magistrate's wife's wife. The county magistrate's wife, "Child Huang, would you like to try it first?" The corners of young Master Huang's mouth curled up slightly. He did not refuse and nodded in agreement. Then, he picked up the tea on the table and drank a cup. After that, he closed his eyes and tasted the tea carefully. His eyes suddenly opened, and he seemed a little excited. He began to praise, "Delicious, delicious. This is indeed a good thing." The county magistrate hurriedly tasted it. It tasted sweet and had a very special taste. It was much better than the ordinary ones. Tut, 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 it's really good. There's actually such a magical leaf? The county magistrate's wife was happy and surprised. Chapter 11:11. Indeed. Thank you so much, Miss Yuna. I like the gift you gave me very much. The deputy said to Zhao Yuna. Zhao Yuna smiled. "Deputy, you're welcome." Child Huang looked at Zhao Yuna and sized her up. It seemed that he was curious about her and wanted to explore her carefully. Zhao Yuna felt a little uncomfortable when Child Huang looked at her like that. Why was he looking at her like that? Did he have a special feeling for her? It was better not to. She was not interested in him. They sat there and chatted for a while. Zhao Yuna didn't know if it was her own illusion, but she felt that the deputy was nervous and restrained. He was very careful when he talked to Child Huang, as if he was afraid that he would say something wrong and offend Child Huang. Zhao Yuna remembered that the deputy was not like this when he talked to Mu Lianfeng. Why was he so nervous when he talked to Child Huang? Was it because Child Huang was more precious than Mu Lianfeng? It shouldn't be. Mu Lianfeng was the crown prince. His status was already very noble. Unless Child Huang was a noble or a member of the royal family. If so, it was no wonder that the deputy was so nervous. Lunch was soon ready. Because of Child Huang's arrival and Zhao Yuner's visit, the deputy asked the servants to prepare a sumptuous meal. The table was full of delicious dishes. There were fish, meat, and the marinated tiger meat that Zhao Yuner specially brought over. Child Huang and the deputy were also curious about Zhao Yuner's tiger meat. They had eaten all kinds of good food these days. They also ate a lot of wild game on a daily basis. But it was the first time that they tasted tiger meat. It was because other animals were easier to hunt. As for the tiger, it was good enough if they met the one that escaped, let alone hunt it down and eat it. The county magistrate began to gossip about the source of the tiger meat again. Zhao Yun didn't hide it and told the county magistrate, "My husband and I met a tiger when we went up the mountain. This tiger was hunted by my husband." Young Master Huang's eyes were filled with surprise as he said to Zhao Yun, "To be able to deal with a tiger with his bare hands, your husband must be extraordinary. He must be a dragon or phoenix among men, right?" Zhao Yun smiled embarrassedly. "She's just an ordinary person. She's not as powerful as Mei Zi made her out to be." However, young Master Huang did not believe her. "Miss, I have never heard of or seen anyone who could kill a tiger alone. Miss, you don't have to be modest. Your husband must be extraordinary. Such a powerful figure will definitely do great things." Zhao Yun pursed her lips. The more she listened, the stranger she felt. This young Master Huang seemed to be very curious about her husband. The county magistrate also agreed, "Yes, Miss Yun, if he can kill a tiger, he must be extraordinary." "Miss Yun, why don't you let your husband work in our government office? He can get a decent job and do great things. I like talents the most. If he does well, I will definitely promote him." The reason why the county magistrate said so was because he admired Mu Lianfeng. On the other hand, he wanted to help Zhao Yun. He thought that Zhao Yun's husband might just be a country bumpkin. If so, it would be better for him to work in the government office than to farm in the countryside. Chapter 11-12. Zhao Yun pursed her lips and refused with a smile, "Thank you for your kindness, but my husband likes to stay in the countryside. He is not used to the life outside." When the county official heard this, he seemed a little disappointed. The corners of his mouth twitched as he nodded and said, "Since that's the case, this official will naturally not force Miss Yun. If Miss Yun's husband is willing to come, let me know when the time comes and I will arrange it." Zhao Yun nodded and thanked the county deputy at the same time. After all, he meant well. After the meal, Zhao Yun left the county official's mansion and returned to Shuilan village. As soon as he returned, something big happened. There were many onlookers standing in front of old Zhao's house. Zhao Yun saw what was going on when she squeezed in. It turned out that young Master Meng really came. He was sitting in old Zhao's yard, drinking water leisurely and waiting. The faces of the Zhao family's people were all dark and gloomy. They were frowning and their expressions were very ugly. Their faces were full of worry. Looking at these people's reaction, it was obvious that something big had happened. Seeing Zhao Yun, Liang Jinxiao immediately greeted her. He pulled Zhao Yun and whispered in Zhao Yun's ear, "Yun, young Master Meng really came. He asked for 30 taels of silver from your grandmother. Since you couldn't give him the milk, young Master Meng refused to leave. He said that he would leave when you give him the milk. He said that he would give you 4 hours to give him the milk. If you still couldn't give him the milk, he would arrest your grandmother and send her to the yamen." Zhao Yun didn't show much emotion on her face. She was mentally prepared whether young Master Meng would come or not. Anyway, it was none of her business. He didn't need to worry about it. So after Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Yun talked, Zhao Yun replied indifferently, "So be it. What does this have to do with me?" Zhao Yun's voice was neither loud nor soft, but old Zhao's family members all heard it. Li Chuang jumped out and instigated, "Yuna, why are you so cruel? No matter what, she's still your biological grandmother. If he were to be arrested and sent to the yamen, he would probably lose his life by the time he comes out." Because of Zhao Yun's interference, Zhao Yun's good marriage was ruined. Li Chuang had been holding a grudge against her. She took every opportunity to scold and plot against Zhao Yun. This time was no exception. She jumped out and said angrily. Zhao Yun only felt that it was ridiculous. "Second aunt, what are you saying? Those who don't know would think that I did something wrong. It's none of my business whether they're arrested or not. It was my grandmother who took young Master Meng's things, not me. It's not like I'm the one asking her for it. Also, it's someone else, not me, who wants to arrest my grandmother and send her to the yamen. How did it become me being cruel?" Zhao Yun curled her lips and smiled at Li Chuang. "If second aunt isn't cruel and is so filial to my grandmother, why don't old aunt take my grandmother's place and enter the yamen? When the time comes, You can take my grandmother's place and suffer in her place. That's what a filial daughter-in-law should be. Li Chuanying's expression changed when she heard Zhao Yun'er's words. She hurriedly said, "What are you talking about? How can you take her place like this? The person they want to arrest is your grandmother. I can't take her place just because I want to." Zhao Yun'er snorted softly. A coward was a coward, and a hypocrite was a hypocrite. What was the point of saying so much? It wasn't as if others couldn't tell. Chapter 11:13. Who says second brother's daughter-in-law can't be replaced? Previously, when a man from the neighboring village hurt someone, his daughter-in-law took his place and went to prison to suffer. Huo Chunhua grumbled. In fact, she had taken Zhao Yun'er's words to heart. She was originally worried about what to do. At her age, she didn't want to go to jail. If that happened, she might even lose her life. If Li Chuanying took her place and went to prison, then Li Chuanying would be the one to suffer. It would have nothing to do with her. It would be fine as long as she did not go to prison. Li Chuanying was still young and could suffer more than her. It would not be a big deal to let Li Chuanying stay in prison for a while. Feng Zhangxia could not help but laugh when she heard this. She felt a little smug. She felt relieved to see Li Chuanying being bullied. She even added, "That's right, second sister-in-law. At our mother's age, she can't bear the suffering. As her daughter-in-law, we should share the burden. You are the most filial daughter-in-law in our family. If it weren't for the fact that I have to take care of Yang Yang and Yang Yang is still young and can't leave me, I would be willing to go to prison in place of our mother." Feng Zhangxia said with a smug smile and a scheming look on her face. Li Chuanying was furious when she heard this. Her eldest sister-in-law was not a good person. She only knew how to scheme against her. She said angrily to Feng Zhangxia, "Eldest sister-in-law, it's easy for you to say that. Why can't you do it? Don't I have to take care of Tianyu too? Besides, there is still third brother's wife and fourth brother's wife." Feng Zhangxia retorted, "Second sister-in-law, we are different. Yang Yang is younger than Tianyu. Besides, Tianlong has to pass the imperial examinations and come back. As his mother, I can't be absent when he comes back, right? Third sister-in-law has separated from the family. With Yun around, you can give it a try. As for fourth sister-in-law, she is now cooking in the mountains. If she goes to prison in place of our mother, we will lose a lot of money in a year. It will be a huge loss for our family. So, only you, second sister-in-law, are the most suitable. It's best if you go." With this analysis, Feng Zhangxia pushed all the blame away from herself and the other daughters-in-law in old Zhao's family. Zhao Yun'er listened from the side and couldn't help but sigh. Her eldest aunt was much more shrewd than her second aunt. Li Chuanying was mad, but he couldn't argue with Feng Zhangxia, who asked Feng Zhangxia to speak so clearly and logically that it sounded very reasonable. However, she didn't want to be so unlucky as to push things that others didn't want to do onto her. After entering prison, how could she be so lucky? Not to mention Huo Chunhua, she might not be able to come back alive. Originally, it had nothing to do with her. What right did she have to suffer like this? At the same time, she might even lose her life. Huo Chunfang listened to Feng Zhangxia. She even agreed, "That's right. Filial daughters-in-law will take her mother-in-law's place. If second brother's daughter-in-law is filial, then take my place to suffer. You are the most suitable person in the family." Li Chuanying said to Huo Chunfang with a bitter face, "Mother, it's not that I don't want to take your place. We have a better way." Huo Chunhua asked in confusion, "What way?" "Second brother's daughter-in-law, tell me. What other way do we have now?" Chapter 11:14. Last Zhao Yun, or wants to borrow it? Huo Chunhua raised her eyebrows and asked. Li Chuanying hurriedly nodded and said, "Yes, mother. I want to borrow from Yun. Last Yun, has so much silver in her hands. Can't she lend some?" Huo Chunhua was silent for a moment, then looked at Zhao Yun. If she could lend it to young Master Meng, then that would be the best way. However, would Zhao Yun lend it to her? After all, Zhao Yun was very stingy. Under normal circumstances, she wouldn't be willing to take out the silver. Zhao Yun saw that Li Chuang and Hua Chunhua's gazes had landed on her. She tugged at the corners of her mouth and felt that it was a little ridiculous. They actually had ideas about her. She was afraid that if she lent 30 taels of silver to old Zhao's family, she wouldn't be able to get it back after lending it out. Zhao Yun'er sneered and said, "Second aunt, it's easy for you to say. I'm not as rich as you say. It's already not easy to set up a stall every day to support our family and build a house. 30 taels of silver? Even if I were to steal or rob, I wouldn't be able to take out so much silver." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, the villagers who were watching from the side started to discuss it. 30 taels of silver isn't a small amount. How can she take it out just like that? That's right. Even if she could lend it out, who knows when she would be able to return it to that lass. She really knows how to ask for an exorbitant price. She doesn't even think about how difficult it is for others. Lass Yun is now living by herself with the entire third branch. She also built such a big house. I think she has spent most of her money. She definitely doesn't have 30 taels of silver in savings. Who would borrow 30 taels of silver from someone all of a sudden? It said that even blood-related brothers should settle accounts clearly. Why should she lend them such a large sum of money? Listening to the discussions around them, old Zhao's family felt a little embarrassed. Most of them were on Zhao Yun'er's side. Therefore, if Zhao Yun'er did not lend it to them, the people in the village would not say anything. Hua Chunhua herself felt that it was impossible. No matter how rich she was, she would not lend so much money to others. Li Chuang panicked when he heard that. Others might think nothing of it, but she was not. She didn't want to go to jail instead of Hua Chunfang. "You know, little girl, if you don't have money, does that mean that I don't have enough money? You can ask Shi Ziyi to lend it to our old Zhao family." Li Chuang eagerly said to Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er felt that it was ridiculous. Once this person became thick-skinned, it was really too scary. She really had the nerve to say anything. Zhao Yun'er chuckled and said to Li Chuang, "Second aunt, Shi Ziyi is Shi Ziyi, and I am me. He won't give me the money. If you want to borrow it, you can ask Shi Ziyi yourself. If he's willing to lend it to you, I won't say anything." Li Chuang pursed her lips when she heard that. She was in despair. She would borrow from Shi Ziyi? It would be strange if he lent it to her. She had the nerve to ask Zhao Yun'er, but if she asked Shi Ziyi, she probably wouldn't even dare to fart, let alone borrow money. Li Chuang became even more anxious when she thought of this. What should she do? She really didn't want to go to jail instead of Hua Chunhua. His brows were tightly knitted together, thinking about what he should do. Chapter 11:15. Li Chuang's words were very obvious. She meant that young Master Meng was looking for someone to get even with. He should be looking for Hua Chunhua, not her. She didn't want to be the scapegoat. As long as young Master Meng targeted Hua Chunhua, nothing would happen to her. Although she would offend Hua Chunhua and be scolded by Hua Chunhua, Li Chuang knew very well that compared to being beaten and scolded by Hua Chunhua, her life was more important. If Hua Chunhua was tortured to death in prison, even if she was released in the future, there would be no way to get even with her. Young Master Meng looked at Li Chuang with a smile on his face. He had been watching this scene and felt that it was very interesting. Seeing Li Chuang's pale face, young Master Meng felt that it was even more interesting. Without waiting for young Master Meng to speak, Hua Chunhua pointed at Li Chuang and scolded her. "Good, second brother's wife, you just don't want to go in my place, right? You unfilial thing, do you still need to nag in front of young Master Meng? I'll beat you to death, you slut." As she spoke, Hua Chunhua took off her shoes and hit Li Chuang with them. As she hit her, she scolded angrily, "Our old Zhao family raised an ingrate, marrying a daughter-in-law like you. Later, I'll ask my old man to divorce you." Li Chuang was hit by Hua Chunhua until she cried out in pain. "Mother, what are you doing? Don't hit me. It's not like what I said is unreasonable. This has nothing to do with me in the first place. It was little sister who insisted on not making clothes with it. If little sister didn't insist on keeping the satin, our family would have to pay 30 taels of silver, right? If it were up to me, little sister should be the scapegoat. Why did it have to be me? Also, I call him old Zhao, but he's been working like a cow and a horse for more than 10 years. If I really can't take your place and get divorced, then I'd rather be divorced. That way, at least I can keep my life. If I go to jail, I might even lose my life. Mother, I'm not that stupid. Whoever wants to do it can do it, but I'm not doing it. Li Chuang said angrily. If it was any other day, she wouldn't have dared to say these words. This time, she was forced into a corner. When Hua Chunhua heard this, she was so angry that smoke was about to come out of her nostrils. What a good second daughter-in-law. You've really turned the world upside down. Now, you even dragged your little sister into this. After whipping the Sauls, Hua Chuanfang's claws scratched and twisted Li Chuang's body. She wanted to kill Li Chuang. Ah, Mom, stop hitting me. Li Chuang screamed. However, Hua Chunhua didn't seem to have any intention of stopping. Instead, she hit even harder. Li Chuang couldn't stand it anymore. Ah, she's going to kill me. She's going to kill me. My mother is crazy. She's going to kill me. Someone, come and help me or I'll die. After Li Chuang shouted, she looked in the direction of Zhao Wenshui. Tianyu's father, don't just stand there. Come and help me, or I'll really be beaten to death by your mother. You won't have a wife then. After all, Li Chuang was Zhao Wenshui's wife. When Zhao Jing saw Li Chuang being beaten, she hurriedly pushed Zhao Wenshui and said, Dad, go and help Mom, or she'll really be beaten to death by Grandma. Zhao Wenshui looked at Li Chuang and then at Hua Chunfang. After sighing, he walked towards the two women and separated them. Chapter 11:16. Zhao Wenshui stood in front of Hua Chunhua and said. Hua Chunhua glared at Zhao Wenshui and asked Zhao Wenshui angrily, Wenshui, are you protecting this unfilial woman? Zhao Wenshui sighed and said to Hua Chunfang, Mother, you really can't blame Tianyu's mother for this. She shouldn't be the scapegoat in the first place. Tianyu's mother is right. This is all because of little sister. Therefore, little sister should stand up and take responsibility for what happened today. As her brother and sister-in-law, how can we take responsibility for what she has done? Zhao Xinhui was Hua Chunhua's sweetheart. Naturally, Hua Chunhua couldn't bear to see Zhao Xinhui suffer. Even if this matter was indeed caused by Zhao Xinhui, she didn't want Zhao Xinhui to be implicated. Liang Jinxiao couldn't stand it anymore and couldn't help but interject. That's right, Mother. This matter was caused by little sister. It's really too much to let second sister-in-law go to jail. Li Chuang looked at Liang Jinxiao gratefully. She didn't expect that at this moment, the first person to speak up for her would be her third sister-in-law. Li Chuang thought about the things she had done and said on a daily basis and suddenly felt a little guilty. The surrounding villagers began to gossip curiously. What on earth was going on? After a round of discussion, they finally figured out that it was because of Zhao Xinhui that someone came to their door today and asked for dozens of taels of silver. If that's really the case, Zhao Xinhui should be arrested and put in jail. How can she pretend to be the daughter-in-law of the second branch? Sigh, isn't it because Aunt Zhao treasures her daughter so much? That's not right. Her own daughter is a daughter, but other people's daughter isn't a daughter? Why should the daughter-in-law suffer in place of the daughter? It doesn't make sense. That's right. You can't be so biased. If this daughter-in-law of the second branch is injured in jail or tortured half to death, I can't help but feel sorry for old Zhao's family. This is the first time I've seen such a strange thing in my life. If it were me, I'd probably die of anger. That's right. Sigh, there's all kinds of things when the forest is big. This aunt isn't a kind person. How dare she say that her daughter-in-law is unfilial? The people around began to talk about Hua Chuanfang's faults. Li Chuang felt much better. Of course. Now that these people were gossiping, Hua Chunhua wouldn't dare to go too far. Of courses, s's. This seconds what a... Now that everyone had to go to jail in place of her, there was only one choice left. That was to let Zhao Xinhui take her place. But how could Hua Chunhua bear to do that when she thought of her precious daughter? She would rather suffer than let Zhao Xinhui suffer. Zhao Baoshan, who had been silent all this while, finally spoke up. Hua Chunhua didn't care about his reputation, but he did. If he didn't handle this matter well, how could he face the villagers in the future? Chapter 11:17. Zhao Baoshan felt that Hua Chunhua had spoiled Zhao Xinhui too much. If not for the fact that Hua Chunhua had been too dependent on Zhao Xinhui's character in the past, she would not have kept that piece of satin and would not have come knocking on their door to ask for it back. Arresting Zhao Xinhui now was the most reasonable thing to do. No one had the obligation to take the blame for what Zhao Xinhui had done. Hua Chunhua was stunned when she heard this. She hurriedly said to Zhao Baoshan, "Hui's father, how can you do this? Hui is still young. How can she endure such hardship? How can you be so heartless? No. If you really want to arrest her, then look for me. I was the one who agreed to let Hui keep that piece of satin. It's all my fault." Hua Chunhua continued to defend Hui. The surrounding villagers secretly shook their heads when they heard this. This Hua Chunhua was really interesting. Most people spoiled their sons, but he was the only one who spoiled his daughter. Now, he was willing to endure such hardship for Zhao Xinhui. It was no wonder that Zhao Xinhui had been spoiled to this extent. Look at Zhao Xinhui. She did not have any conscience at all. She was clearly the one who had done it, but now she felt that it had nothing to do with her and let it go. She was even hiding in the house and did not come out. Zhao Baoshan said coldly, "It's because you spoiled her that this happened to our family today. You can replace her once today, but when the time comes, that girl will turn the sky upside down and continue to do such things. When that time comes, I'd like to see who can replace her." Zhao Baoshan felt that it would be good if Zhao Xinhui went to jail and suffered. After suffering, she would naturally restrain herself when she came back. Is a piece of flesh that fell from my body after all. How can you do this? Don't talk nonsense with me. Hurry up and call that girl out. Boss, you go and call her. Zhao Baoshan instructed Zhao Wenshi. Zhao Wenshi quickly nodded. Father, I'll go now." "Okay." Zhao Wenshi ran to Zhao Xinhui's room and shouted at Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui originally did not want to come out, but Zhao Wenshi dragged her out forcefully. "You're a little girl, hurry up and go out. Otherwise, Father will come in and teach you a lesson." Zhao Xinhui pursed her lips and walked out of her room unwillingly. She stood in the courtyard of old Zhao's house and faced the crowd. When Zhao Xinhui came out, she was still wearing clothes made from young Master Meng's satin. She was dressed very fancily. If one looked at it, it would be very beautiful. This old Zhao's youngest daughter is quite good-looking. Clothes make the man. Buddha makes the gold. It's all about dressing up. I think she looks seductive. Normal good girls don't look like this. That's true. Good girls are all honest. They won't dress up as gaudy as her. The main thing is that she dresses up well. It's useless to be gaudy. She's already so old, but she's still staying at home and not getting married. Isn't that so? The clothes she's wearing are probably made of that silk. Great, now he's here to ask for it. For a set of beautiful clothes, she has to go to jail. That's right. If you ask me, she deserves it. Sigh. Chapter 11:18. Translator, Henyi Translations Editor. Henyi Translations. In terms of appearance, she was even prettier than Zhao Yuna. In addition, her face was tender and her facial features were delicate and pretty. She was much prettier than the women he usually saw. A plan suddenly sprouted in his mind. Zhao Xinhui walked out unhappily and complained to Zhao Baoshan, "Father, you can just say what you want to say. Why did you ask me to come out?" Zhao Baoshan looked at Zhao Xinhui as if he expected better from her. "You little girl, do you still have a shred of conscience?" Zhao Xinhui felt that it was a little strange. "Father, I didn't do anything. How can you call me a heartless person? Father, if you don't like me, just tell me directly. Don't be so picky. I feel bad when I hear it." Zhao Baoshan was really annoyed by Zhao Xinhui. He hated Zhao Xinhui's attitude the most. He scolded Zhao Xinhui angrily. You little girl, is it wrong to say that you're heartless? If it weren't for you, they wouldn't have come to us to ask for the money. Your mother is about to be arrested and sent to the government office. You, on the other hand, are hiding in the house. You don't even stick your head out to take a look. Zhao Xinhui argued. Father, what are you talking about? Mother hasn't been arrested yet. Besides, I didn't know that today's incident would happen. If I knew, I wouldn't have asked Mother to stay. Seeing Zhao Xinhui still quibbling and shifting the blame, Zhao Baoshan couldn't stand it anymore. This girl was simply too much. He originally thought that he should ask the villagers to raise some money and return the money to Lord Meng. In this way, Zhao Xinhui wouldn't have to suffer in prison. Now it seemed that it was completely unnecessary. He would rather care about an outsider than his own daughter. Some people were just heartless, and it was useless to be nice to them. Therefore, Zhao Baoshan said coldly to Lord Meng, Lord Meng, the person who left your money is my youngest daughter. Now that she can't pay the money, you can do whatever you want with her. If you want to put her in prison, go ahead. After Zhao Baoshan said that, the people in the yard had different reactions. Li Chuang breathed a long sigh of relief. Since Zhao Baoshan asked Zhao Xinhui to go to prison, he would be fine. The people in the courtyard felt that Zhao Baoshan was doing the right thing. After all, Zhao Xinhui couldn't cause trouble on her own. There was no need for others to be responsible for her actions. Otherwise, it would be unfair to others. Old Zhao. Exactly. If she is as unreasonable as Mrs. Zhao, the other members of old Zhao's family can only be scapegoats. Now there will be a good show. These people were all gossiping about the outcome of this matter. In their opinion, Zhao Baoshan and Lord Meng's words meant to put righteousness before family. Hua Chunhua was anxious when she heard that. She yelled at Zhao Baoshan, Old man, how can you do this? Hui is our biological daughter. How can you be so cruel and let your own daughter suffer? Chapter 11:19. After Zhao Baoshan berated her, Hua Chunhua was so frightened that she quickly shut her mouth. Seeing Zhao Baoshan like this, it looked like he was really angry. If she said anything else now, it would definitely provoke Zhao Baoshan. Especially when Zhao Baoshan said that he would divorce her later. She was already so old. If she was really divorced, she probably wouldn't even have a place to stay. Moreover, it would be embarrassing if she was divorced at such an old age. How would her maternal family be willing to accept her? She would only be bullied when the time came. Woman, is Hui really going to be punished by others? This girl can't take hardships. Hua Chunhua muttered with heartache, but she didn't make a fuss. She looked at her daughter again. She usually doted on her. How could she bear to let her suffer any grievances? Zhao Baoshan snorted softly and said, What else can we do? What else do you think we should do? If you have the ability, go get me 30 taels of silver. Hua Chuanfang's face was bitter. Not to mention 30 taels of silver, it would be good enough if he could take out 3 taels of silver. Old man. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she was instantly frightened. Her face was pale with fright. She said to Zhao Baoshan, Father, how can you do this? I'm your biological daughter. Do you have the heart to let me suffer in prison? Zhao Baoshan snorted softly, You're already an adult. Naturally, you have to take responsibility for your own actions. Otherwise, who do you expect to take the blame for you? Father. Zhao Xinhui was so frightened that she cried, Father, I don't want to go to prison. Otherwise, I'll definitely lose my life. Father. When Zhao Baoshan saw Zhao Xinhui's aggrieved look, he felt a slight heartache. But in the end he hardened his heart and replied to Zhao Xinhui, It's not that father doesn't want to help you. There's really no other way at the moment. If you tell me, why don't you go and beg young Master Meng? If he is magnanimous enough to let you go, then you won't have to suffer. After Zhao Baoshan finished speaking, Zhao Xinhui looked at young Master Meng. She didn't want to go to jail. Therefore, he ran to young Master Meng and pleaded, Young Master Meng, please spare me. As long as you don't send me to the yamen, I will do anything you want me to do. Young Master Meng stared at Zhao Xinhui's face in a wretched manner, and a scheming smile appeared on his face. She said gently to Zhao Xinhui, "As long as I don't arrest you, you can do anything you want." Zhao Xinhui hurriedly nodded. Yes, young Master Meng. Of course, as long as I don't enter the yamen, I'm willing to do anything. Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, young Master Meng was very satisfied. He smiled at Zhao Xinhui and said, "Since Miss has said so, I won't deny you this opportunity. Young Master Meng, if you have any requests, please tell me." Zhao Xinhui wasn't a fool. She hurriedly said after hearing young Master Meng's words. Young Master Meng looked at Zhao Xinhui with great satisfaction. This woman was quite clever, and he liked her very much. Young Master Meng smiled. "Actually, it's not that. Whatever I want you to see, you might think it's a good thing." Young Master Meng smiled wretchedly and continued, "I just want Miss to come to my residence and be my concubine. Not only will you not have to return the 30 taels of silver, but you will also be my concubine. I guarantee that you will be able to eat and drink well every day." Chapter 11:20. I was wondering what he wanted Zhao Xinhui to do. It turns out that he wants her to be a concubine in his residence. Judging from this young master's attire, his identity must be extraordinary. He must be from a rich family, right? If that's the case, if Zhao Xinhui becomes his concubine, won't she benefit from it? Isn't that so? This lass is old and can't get married. Why would a good man want a woman like her? Otherwise, she wouldn't have stayed in old Zhao's residence. This means that this lass is still blessed. That's right. Ordinary people like her would hope to marry into a rich family, but they won't be able to see it. Today, however, she was chosen by a rich man. There were people who were envious, and naturally, there were also people who were jealous and felt that it wasn't good. You can't say that. Rich people are rich, but what's the use of that? I don't think Zhao Xinhui will have a good life after marrying over. Isn't that so? Rich people's waters are very deep. I think they will play with her for a few days. When they get tired of her, they will naturally not want to play with her anymore. When that time comes, they will send this lass back. When that time comes, she won't be a virgin anymore. It will probably be even more difficult for her to find a husband. While the people in the courtyard were discussing, a person suddenly rushed over and said to Zhao Xinhui, "Aunt, you can't marry over." This person was none other than Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan specially came over with Zhao Ping this afternoon. He wanted to freeload off Zhao Yun's food. After all, the food at his house was too disgusting and difficult to swallow. When Qin Yuan rushed over, everyone's gaze fell on Qin Yuan. Zhao Ping followed Qin Yuan pitifully. When Qin Yuan saw that Zhao Xinhui was in trouble, his heart ached terribly. Compared to Qin Yuan's attitude towards her, Zhao Ping's heart ached terribly. It was all her aunt's fault for seducing him. Not only did she look like a vixen, but she also dressed like a vixen all day long, attracting bees and butterflies. Was she afraid that she couldn't attract men's interest? Qin Yuan stood in front of Zhao Xinhui and grabbed Zhao Xinhui's hand and said anxiously. He still wanted to be together with Zhao Xinhui. When he was rich and successful in the future, he would divorce Zhao Ping and marry Zhao Xinhui. If Zhao Xinhui were to marry someone else as a concubine, then he would have no chance at all. He was unwilling. Now that he was talking about Zhao Xinhui every day, his heart was full of her. After Zhao Xinhui's, she frowned in disgust. Really, he actually held her hand in front of so many people. Wasn't he just asking for a scolding? She didn't know what kind of nasty words would be spread later. Sure enough, Zhao Xinhui's worry was right. The surrounding villagers chattered. What's going on? Who knows? Isn't he Ping's man? Someone recognized him. Yeah, he's Ping's man. Then why did she come up to hold Zhao Xinhui's hand? Who knows? Could it be that there's something between the two of them that can't be revealed? Maybe. It looks like it. Even if he's Ping's man, calling Zhao Xinhui is a little too much. That's right. After all, There's a difference between men and women. Don't they know how to avoid it? Chapter 1121. If it's incest, then it's a big deal. Our village has never seen such a thing before. How interesting. If you ask me, this old Zhao's family is really full of all kinds of weird things. All kinds of weird things happen from his family. If you didn't mention it, I wouldn't have thought so. Now that you mention it, I realize that it's true. In our village, old Zhao's family is the most lively. Things come one after another. He's so busy that he can't even cope with it. Let's just wait and see what's going on. After the gossiping crowd finished, they started to see what was going to happen. Zhao Ping squeezed into the crowd and followed behind Qin Yuan. When she saw Qin Yuan actually holding Zhao Xinhui's hand, she looked at Zhao Xinhui with jealousy. She didn't know if Qin Yuan had a problem with his eyes. Of all the people he could fancy, he just had to fancy Zhao Xinhui, this slut. Just thinking about it made Zhao Ping feel stifled. Zhao Xinhui heard the discussions around him and hurriedly shook off Qin Yuan's hand. There was nothing between him and Qin Yuan in the first place. He definitely didn't want to be the scapegoat. What are you doing? Get lost. Don't touch me. You don't even know what your status is. What right do you have to touch me? Zhao Xinhui looked at Qin Yuan with disgust and said to Qin Yuan, "Auntie." A trace of disappointment flashed across Qin Yuan's eyes. "Big brother Yuan, why are you talking to my auntie about this? Whether my auntie marries or not has nothing to do with you." Zhao Ping also went up to Qin Yuan and complained to Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan glared at Zhao Ping. This stupid woman. Why didn't she shut up? What was she doing in front of him? Big brother Yuan. Zhao Ping pouted her lips, feeling wronged. What she said was the truth. So what if her auntie didn't marry? Could it be that her big brother Yuan thought of Zhao Xinhui? Even if Qin Yuan had such a plan, it was impossible. He had already married her. Besides, Zhao Xinhui had high standards. He would definitely look down on Qin Yuan. Therefore, Qin Yuan's coveting of Zhao Xinhui was just wishful thinking. Qin Yuan ignored Zhao Ping and said to Zhao Xinhui, "Aunt, this is a trap. Don't jump into it. How can it be so good to be someone's concubine? He might not treat you well." Zhao Xinhui glanced at Qin Yuan and replied unhappily, "It's my business. Don't meddle in it. It's easy for you to say, but if you have the ability, then help me take out the 30 taels of silver. Don't spout nonsense if you don't have the ability." After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, Qin Yuan opened his mouth, not knowing how to answer. If you can't take it out, then why are you still making a fuss?" Zhao Xinhui looked at Qin Yuan with some disdain. At this moment, Hua Chunhua walked over and said to Zhao Xinhui, Actually, I think that you can consider what young Master Meng said." Hua Chunhua's eyes flashed with a trace of calculation. Actually, when young Master Meng said those words, Hua Chunhua was very happy in her heart. She thought that young Master Meng had given Zhao Yu a lot of things back then, which meant that young Master Meng's family was really well-to-do. If Zhao Xinhui married over, even if she was just a concubine, her life would probably be very good. Thinking about it this way, it was pretty good. Many people wished for it but couldn't. Chapter 1122. In addition, she felt that compared to Zhao Jing, who was only 16 or 17 years old and looked pretty good, she should marry someone better than Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui was satisfied with young Master Zheng's qualifications, so young Master Meng's qualifications should make her even more satisfied. After all, Zhao Xinhui was old and was an old lady. She was not as popular as other young girls. "Mother!" Hearing Hua Chunhua's words, Zhao Xinhui pouted and muttered to Hua Chunhua. She wasn't willing to do that. After all, young Master Meng's appearance was too shabby. She thought that the person she would marry in the future should be someone like Mu Lianfeng. He was rich and powerful, and he was especially handsome. Only a man like that was worthy of her. As for someone like young Master Meng, Wouldn't being with him be like sticking a fresh flower on top of cow dung? Of course, she was the fresh flower, while young Master Meng was the cow dung. Seeing Zhao Xinhui looking at him, young Master Meng gave Zhao Xinhui a wretched smile, revealing a row of big yellow teeth, which made Zhao Xinhui feel disgusted. Zhao Xinhui frowned. She was very reluctant in her heart. Hua Chunfang knew what Zhao Xinhui was thinking. She hurriedly pulled Zhao Xinhui to the side and whispered to Zhao Xinhui's ear, "Hui, you have to think carefully. Actually, I think it's not bad. If you marry into young Master Meng's residence, you can eat good food every day. You'll probably have meat to eat every meal. So what if you're a concubine? Didn't Jing also want to be someone else's concubine before? Young Master Meng's qualifications are much better than young Master Zheng's. Later, he might give you a lot of beautiful jewelry and clothes. It's definitely better than marrying an ordinary person. Also, if you don't want to, you'll have to go to the yamen. Then you'll have to suffer. Your father and I are useless people, so we definitely can't get you out. Don't torture yourself until you lose your life." After hearing what Hua Chunhua said, even Zhao Xinhui felt that Hua Chunhua was right. In reality, she had no other choice but to marry young Master Meng and become his concubine. Although that young Master Meng was a little disgusting, for the sake of a good life in the future, it was not unbearable. Zhao Xinhui struggled for a while and finally nodded. "Mother, I'll listen to you." Hua Chunhua replied happily and heaved a sigh of relief at the same time. After his daughter married young Master Meng, she would no longer have to suffer in prison. Naturally, he would not have to worry about Zhao Xinhui's situation. In addition, if Zhao Xinhui had a good life in the future as his mother, she would definitely enjoy life with Zhao Xinhui. If Zhao Xinhui often brought back good things, wouldn't she be living a good life? Zhao Baoshan stood to the side and did not say anything. He did not object to this matter. In fact, compared to Zhao Xinhui entering the yamen, Zhao Xinhui marrying young Master Meng was the best choice. It just so happened that his daughter had grown up and it was not appropriate for her to stay at home. If they went to find a marriage partner for her, they might not be able to find a more suitable candidate than young Master Meng. It was better to take advantage of this opportunity and marry off Zhao Xinhui. In the future, without this girl at home, old Zhao's family would be much more peaceful. As for the other members of old Zhao's family, they had no objections. Chapter 11:23. Zhao Xinhui could do whatever she wanted. Even if she was imprisoned and had to suffer, it was none of their business. They would not mind if she enjoyed a good life in the future. After all, once Zhao Tianlong passed the imperial examinations, the first branch would be able to live a good life. They did not expect Zhao Xinhui to help them. As for the second branch, they were somewhat jealous. Li Chuing, in particular, felt extremely indignant. It was all because of that B***tis, Zhao Xinhui, that she had almost been imprisoned in her place. Originally, she wanted to see Zhao Xinhui suffer in order to vent the anger in her heart. However, she did not expect that not only did she not see Zhao Xinhui suffer, but she also did not know what kind of dog's hit luck this girl had. She had actually caught the eye of someone. So what if Zhao Xinhui married him as a concubine? She would still be able to live a good life. It was really a freak combination of factors that allowed Zhao Xinhui to benefit. "Oh, listen to mother. You are not someone who will harm you. After marrying young Master Meng, you have to obediently live with him." Hua Chunhua chuckled as she nagged. Zhao Xinhui nodded. "I understand, mother." "It's good that you understand." As she spoke, Hua Chunhua walked in front of young Master Meng. She chuckled and said, "Young Master Meng, our Hui has agreed. Does that mean she really won't have to go to prison?" Young Master Meng nodded and said, "Of course. In the future, she will be my woman. How could I let her suffer? Let's forget about the 30 taels today. Later, we will set a date for her to marry into our family. I will also send someone to send some things over as a betrothal gift." Hua Chunhua's eyes lit up when she heard this. She thought about it in her heart. If young Master Meng were to send something over, it would definitely be something good. In this way, their family would earn a fortune. The more she thought about it, the more excited Hua Chunhua became. Thus, she smiled at young Master Meng and promised, "Good, good, good. That's good. Young Master Meng, I'll listen to you, I'll listen to you. In the future my hui will be yours." "That's fine. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first." Young Master Meng fanned himself and said to Hua Chunhua. When Qin Yuan heard that, he became even more anxious. "No, Andy, you can't marry him," Qin Yuan said hurriedly. "Why can't I marry him?" Hua Chunhua asked Qin Yuan angrily. This stinky brat jumped out again and ruined her daughter's plans. Hua Chunhua knew that Qin Yuan had not reconciled. They must be thinking about Zhao Xinhui. Truly a toad lusting after a swan's meat. Why don't you take a look at yourself first? He was so poor, yet he still coveted Zhao Xinhui. Could he be compared to young Master Meng? Young Master Meng was a rich man. But I just don't think I can marry him, Qin Yuan complained unhappily. Hua Chunfang reprimanded him angrily. "If you can't marry him, then take out 30 taels of silver. If you can take out 30 taels of silver, then my hui won't have to marry him." Hua Chunfang knew that she was deliberately making things difficult for Qin Yuan. After all, how could a poor boy like Qin Yuan have 30 taels of silver? Qin Yuan did not know what to say when Hua Chunfang said that. If you can't take it out, then don't talk nonsense." Hua Chunfang nagged. Qin Yuan was extremely anxious. He was thinking about what to do. 30 taels of silver. Where could he get 30 taels of silver? If he could not get 30 taels of silver, he could only let Zhao Xinhui get married. Chapter 11:24. Absolutely not. He couldn't let Zhao Xinhui marry young Master Meng like this. He still wanted to be with Zhao Xinhui. Qin Yuan thought for a moment. If he could get 30 taels of silver and return it to young Master Meng, then Zhao Xinhui wouldn't have to marry him. Qin Yuan looked at Zhao Yuna and said to Zhao Yuna, "Younger sister Yuna, I beg you. Can you lend me 30 taels of silver?" Faced with Qin Yuan's sudden request, Zhao Yuna was slightly stunned. Then, a meaningful smile appeared on her face. This man was really interesting. He actually had the nerve to ask her about this matter. Qin Yuan eagerly waited for Zhao Yuna's answer. He really had no choice but to ask Zhao Yuna. For the sake of the woman he liked, he could only do this. Although he didn't know if Zhao Yuna would agree or not, he had to try first to know. The only person he could find to borrow money from was Zhao Yuna. After all, Zhao Yuna was very rich. "Lend you 30 taels of silver?" Zhao Yuna raised her eyebrows and asked. Qin Yuan nodded heavily. Yes, I beg you to lend it to me." Zhao Yuna calmly replied, 30 taels of silver isn't a small amount. Do you think it's something that can be borrowed casually? Moreover, I don't have 30 taels of silver." Hearing Zhao Yuna's words, a trace of disappointment flashed across Qin Yuan's eyes. "You really don't have 30 taels of silver?" "Of course not. But even if I did, I wouldn't lend it to you. If I borrow so much money from you, when will you return it to me? Moreover, why would I lend you money for no reason? If you are doing this to make my Pingajejia live a better life, I can let it go. But your 30 taels of silver are obviously going to be used by someone else, right?" After Zhao Yuna said that, Qin Yuan felt guilty and didn't dare to say anything. Zhao Pinger felt relieved. She was afraid that Zhao Yuna would really lend the 30 taels to Qin Yuan. It was not worth it for that bitch Zhao Xinhui. In any case, she was unwilling to do so. All right. Why do you still need to borrow 30 taels of silver? My hui doesn't need you to help her pay it back. What is it? Don't tell me you want to covet my hui? What are you going to do to my hui in the future? Hua Chunhua said to Qin Yuan in disdain. She didn't want Qin Yuan to block Zhao Xinhui's path to a better life. But Qin Yuan was even more speechless. He looked at Zhao Xinhui with a face full of disappointment. The woman he loved was going to marry someone else. This kind of feeling did not feel good. Qin Yuan suddenly felt that his heart was empty. It was as if something was stuck in his throat, making him unable to speak. Young Master Meng glanced at Qin Yuan with disdain in his eyes. He didn't even look at himself. He actually dared to compete with him for a woman. He was simply overestimating himself. But it didn't matter. He couldn't win against him anyway. This was the advantage of being rich and powerful in this day and age. Young Master Meng and his group left. Old Zhao's courtyard immediately returned to peace. The people who originally came to watch the show gradually dispersed. Hua Chunhua happily pulled Zhao Xinhui into the house. At this moment, she was looking forward to when young Master Meng would come again. She originally thought that today was a disaster. She didn't expect that it would be a blessing in disguise. Zhao Xinhui had found a good marriage. The more Hua Chunhua thought about it, the more excited she felt. Originally, she was panting with anger and wanted to settle accounts with Li Chuang. Because of this matter, she was in a good mood and did not scold Li Chuang. Chapter 1125. After all, if Zhao Xinhui did not come out, young Master Meng would not see her. Naturally, young Master Meng would not take a fancy to her. Hua Chunhua held Zhao Xinhui's hand and began to fantasize. Oh, you are so lucky. Mother said that you have a life of riches and honor. Now I'm right, young Master Meng has taken a fancy to you. So many people can't wait for this to happen, but in the end, it happened to you. Just wait at home for a few days. Young Master Meng will probably send the things over in a few days. By then our family will be rich. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she also began to fantasize in her heart. If she married young Master Meng, would she be able to change into many sets of clothes in a year? And every set would be like the one he was wearing now, beautiful and made of good material? There would also be jewelry and rouge and face powder. When she thought of this, Zhao Xinhui became even more excited. Seeing that Hua Chunhua could not help but praise her, she said to her mother, "Mother, of course. I said long ago that my marriage is not urgent. You don't have to worry so much. Now I'm right, right?" Zhao Xinhui's tone was slightly smug. Hua Chunhua quickly responded, "Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you were right. Your mother was too short-sighted back then." "Of course. Mother, look at the kind of marriage you found for me back then. It's fine if the people you found were ugly, but they were also poor. Would I marry someone like that?" Hua Chunhua quickly nodded again and responded, "Yes, those people are not worthy of my Hui. My Hui was born with a life of riches and honor. She is destined to marry into a rich family." Zhao Xinhui snorted softly. "Mother, it's not that I want to say this, but fortunately, I did not marry those people back then." "Ah, yes, yes, yes. Fortunately, you did not marry them back then. Otherwise, you would probably regret it to death today." Of course, whatever Zhao Xinhui said, Hua Chunhua followed behind and agreed. In fact, she had been unwilling to find those poor and ugly people for Zhao Xinhui. However, with her daughter's qualifications, the matchmaker only found those people. She didn't want Zhao Xinhui to get any older, so she felt that it was fine if her conditions were a little worse. She could just make do and get married. Fortunately, her daughter refused to get married at that time. Otherwise, it would be impossible for her to marry young Master Meng now. With this thought in mind, Hua Chunhua felt a sense of relief in her heart. On the other side, in the third house, Qin Yuan was sitting angrily. Zhao Ping sat beside Qin Yuan and didn't dare to say anything. He was afraid that if he said anything, Qin Yuan would lose his temper at him. Zhao Yuner and Liang Jinxiao ignored Qin Yuan and went to the kitchen to cook. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao were busy in the kitchen. Liang Jinxiao sighed as he worked. Zhao Yuner asked, "Mother, what's wrong with you?" Liang Jinxiao said, "Sigh, Yuner, I feel that Qin Yuan treats your aunt differently." Zhao Yun hooked up the corner of her mouth. Could it be that Liang Jinxiao only discovered it now? Yes, it's definitely different. If it wasn't aunt today but sister Ping, I reckon he wouldn't find someone to borrow 30 taels of silver. When Zhao Yuner said this, Liang Jinxiao's heart turned colder. "Sigh, then what should we do now? If Yuan takes a fancy to your aunt, what should Ping do?" Chapter 11:26. Zhao Yun replied indifferently, Mother, why are you so anxious about this? So what if Qin Yuan likes little aunt? He's still marrying Sister Ping. Besides, little aunt has high standards. She won't fall for him. It's impossible for the two of them to be together. Since it's impossible and they won't be together, he can only live with Sister Ping, or as his lover. Could it be that she still wants to have some improper thoughts? Liang Jinxiao nodded at Zhao Yun's words. That seemed to be the case. Even if she liked him, so what? In the future, Zhao Ping would be the one living with Qin Yuan. As for Zhao Xinhui, she would have to marry young Master Meng. Qin Yuan couldn't compare to young Master Meng's qualifications. Sigh, if what you said is true, then I'm relieved. Zhao Yun patted Liang Jinxiao. Mother, don't worry. It'll be fine. Zhao Yun had eaten at the county magistrate's residence. After she finished cooking, she brought some food back for Daodu and Mu Lianfeng. She didn't eat it herself. If it weren't for young Master Meng, she wouldn't have delayed lunch until so late. The men who were working were so hungry that their chests were sticking to their backs. Qin Yuan's face was still gloomy. He ate with a gloomy look on his face. He had a lot of pent-up anger in his heart, but he couldn't vent it out. His heart ached when he thought of Zhao Xinhui. In the past, when people said that he was a good-for-nothing, he didn't feel anything. At this moment, Qin Yuan desperately wanted to build a career. Only then could Zhao Xinhui take a good look at him. Even if he didn't have Zhao Xinhui, he might meet other women in the future. He had to be rich and powerful to have the capital. Otherwise, what's the use of being good-looking? Women still don't like me. Qin Yuan furrowed his brows and pondered. Just what method could he use to earn a lot of money? Zhao Yuna returned home and greeted Mu Lianfeng and Daodu for dinner. She then prepared to go up the mountain to work. As she planned to sell tea leaves in the future, she had to pick some tea leaves back and make more. She would hand it over to the county magistrate so that he could introduce it to others and promote it quickly. After all, whether something was good or not, it was useless for others to say. Only by personally tasting it would one know whether it was good or not. Therefore, the first step he had to take was to bring back more tea leaves. Mulan was a little worried when she saw that Zhao Yuna wanted to go up the mountain. After all, Zhao Yuna was only a woman. It was too dangerous for her to go up the mountain alone. Mulan said to Zhao Yuna, Yuna, how about Xin and I accompany you up the mountain? It's better to have more helpers so that you can come back earlier. Otherwise, it's too dangerous for you to go up alone. Zhao Yuna looked at Mulan and asked, Sister-in-law Mulan, aren't you afraid of encountering danger? Mulan smiled and said, I'm afraid that we'll be a little scared. But it should be fine with Yuna. It's better to have 3 people than to go alone. Let's bring some self-defense tools with us when we go. It'll be safer this way. Zhao Yuna chuckled and said, Okay, then the 3 of us will go together. We'll just bring a machete. But as they spoke, the 3 women each carried a basket and walked up the mountain. Zhao Yuna agreed to let Mulan and Mu Hin go with her because she wanted to find a helper. Chapter 11:27. Zhao Yun went with Mulan and Mu Hin. If she could pick more tea leaves, it would save her a few trips up the mountain. Between Mulan and Zhao Yun, there was no need to be so polite. On the way, Mulan asked Zhao Yun what she was going to do up the mountain. Zhao Yun did not hide anything. She told Mulan about what happened at the county magistrate's residence today. Mulan's interest was piqued. She said to Zhao Yun excitedly, Yun, if this thing can really be sold at a good price, it's okay to plant some tea leaves. It's much more comfortable than setting up a stall in Yang City. Zhao Yun nodded. That was indeed the case. Most importantly, she did not have to go to Yang City every day. She just had to stay in the village. Then she could take care of her family. Otherwise, she would not be able to accompany Daodu for half a day outside. Moreover, they were businessmen. Once it rained, they had to stop their business temporarily. I just don't know if it will work. Let's try it first. It doesn't matter if it works or not. It's even better if it works. If it doesn't, we can continue to set up a stall to sell breakfast. As they spoke, the few of them reached the top of the mountain. Zhao Yun found the tea tree according to the location she remembered. The few of them busied themselves. Each of them picked half a basket of tea leaves and went down the mountain. It was more troublesome to pick tea leaves. It took a long time to pick a lot. However, the three of them added up to about 2 to 3 caddies of tea leaves. They would continue to pick more tea leaves tomorrow. They could give it to the county magistrate and let him give it to others to taste. At night, Zhao Yu sat in front of the candlelight and continued to sew the shoes in her hands. They were made for Mu Lianfeng. She was making the remaining half of the shoes. The more Zhao Yun made the shoes herself, the more she despised them. Her needlework was really terrible. The things she made looked like they had been gnawed by dogs. They were not presentable at all. If Mu Lianfeng were to wear the shoes she made, he would be laughed at. Zhao Yun sighed deeply. When Mu Lianfeng saw this, he raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, "Yuna, why are you sighing?" "Look." Zhao Yun threw the finished shoe to Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng looked at it and asked Zhao Yun in confusion, "What's wrong, Yuna? Isn't everything fine?" Zhao Yun pursed her lips. "Don't you think these shoes are too ugly?" Mu Lianfeng looked at it carefully again. Under the light, he could clearly see the shoes that Zhao Yun made. He didn't know if it was because she was too unfamiliar with it, but the stitches were messy and not neat at all. "Ugly? I don't think so. It's okay." "Ha!" Mu Lianfeng laughed heartily. Zhao Yun felt that Mu Lianfeng was really too hypocritical. It was obviously very ugly, but he said it wasn't. "Are you sure you want to wear the shoes I made?" Zhao Yun asked. Mu Lianfeng nodded heavily. "Of course, Yun. As long as it's made by you, I like it, no matter if it's beautiful or ugly." Zhao Yun was amused by Mu Lianfeng. This guy was getting better at talking and making people happy. "All right then. Since you like it and are willing to wear it, I'll make the remaining one. Otherwise, I won't make it." Mu Lianfeng's smile deepened. At this moment, Zhao Yun looked even more playful and adorable to him. Chapter 11:28. The next morning, Zhao Yun continued to set up her stall in Shangyang City. The tea leaves had been fried and left at home. Zhao Yun did not bring them over. The tea leaves were fried, but the packaging was a problem. She could not just casually put them in a large jar like what she gave to the district magistrate. If she sold them, at least it would look more classy. Otherwise, no matter how good the tea was, if the packaging was not good enough, people would feel that it was very low class. Just like marketing in the 21st century, if the packaging was exquisite, the price could be doubled, or even dozens of times. Zhao Yun thought that there were no plastic paper boxes in this era. Naturally, there was no way to store the tea leaves. After thinking for a while, Zhao Yun thought of pottery jars. If she custom-made a batch of pottery jars the size of a can and made them look exquisite, it should be very good. She could draw some elegant flowers such as plum blossoms, orchids, chrysanthemums, and bamboos on them. Those scholars or people who flaunted their culture would definitely like them. However, this ordinary pottery jar could probably only hold 1 or 2 grams of tea leaves. It could not store much. It was actually not bad to buy a single one. She could package it and make it so that people could give it away. After thinking about it like this, Zhao Yun was ready to set up the stall, and then go to the place where pottery was made to ask. Soon, Xiaomao took them to Shangyang City. The booming business made Zhao Yun very busy. Zhao Yun was also eager to find other ways to earn money. This way, she could be lazy sometimes and sleep in. She did not have to wake up before dawn every day. When she was busy until 9 o'clock, there were fewer customers. At this moment, she saw a girl walking over to her stall. This girl was none other than Jin Ju, the girl who went on a blind date with her second cousin. When Jin Ju came over, Zhao Yun greeted her with a smile. "Are you here to buy breakfast? Come sit at the stall. Tell me what you want to eat and I'll get it for you." Zhao Yun originally intended to give it to Jin Ju for free. After all, if Jin Ju married Zhao Tianhu, she would be her second sister-in-law. She would not care about this little thing. However, Jinju shook her head. Smelling the fragrant smell of the stall, she swallowed her saliva. I'm not here to buy breakfast and I'm not sitting. Zhao Yun'er was slightly taken aback. Then you're here too. Jinju stepped forward and handed a handful of change to Zhao Yun. She said to Zhao Yun'er, I'm not here to buy breakfast. I'm here to return the money. Zhao Yun'er looked at the 20 copper coins in her hand and was even more stunned. Payback? Was this girl referring to the money she and Zhou Damei spent to eat at her place last time? When Zhao Yun'er heard Jinju say that she would pay back the money, she just smiled and didn't take it to heart. After all, she didn't expect them to pay, and she didn't intend to let them pay in the first place. When she heard Jinju say that she would pay back the money, Zhao Yun'er felt that this girl was a little special. However, Jinju said that it would be difficult for her to pay back the money. Zhou Damei looked like she was not a kind person. She would not give Jinju the money and let Jinju pay it back. Now that Jinju came over and gave her 20 copper coins, Zhao Yun'er was curious. Where did Jinju get the money? Chapter 1129. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said to Jinju, there's no need for that. I told you that we were the ones who paid for it last time. You should take the money back. Zhao Yun'er knew that it was not easy for Jinju to get the 20 copper coins. If Zhou Damei knew about it, she would definitely scold Jinju again. Since that was the case, it was better not to take it, lest Jinju suffer. No, I said I'll return it. I'll leave first. Jinju was afraid that Zhao Yun'er would snatch the money back, so she quickly turned and ran away. Soon, she disappeared into the crowd. Seeing Jinju run away, Zhao Yun'er knew that she could not return the money. Looking at the copper coins in her hand, the smile on her face deepened. This girl had a very stubborn temper. However, Zhao Yun'er liked her very much. At least she was not like other girls who liked to take advantage of others. Moreover, Zhao Yun'er felt that this girl had a tenacity to stand on her own feet. Liang Jinxiao also saw it from the side. After Jinju left, he sighed slightly and said to Zhao Yun'er, Sigh, it's not easy for this child. I told her not to return the money, but she really did return the money. Zhao Yun'er nodded. Yes. She probably doesn't like to take advantage of others and doesn't like to owe others. This kind of girl is rare. Liang Jinxiao understood. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, Yes. By the way, mother, is there any progress on second cousin's marriage with her? Liang Jinxiao shook his head and said, I'm not sure about that. It's your eldest aunt who's talking about it. However, there have been many things going on at home recently, so she didn't pay much attention to it. I think there's no need to meet other girls. Let's go with this one. She's not bad. Zhao Yun'er looked at Jinju as if it was her own blind date. Whether it's true or not, it's up to your second cousin and your eldest uncle's family to decide. It's useless for you to say that, Liang Jinxiao said with a smile. Mother, why don't you talk to eldest aunt about this? If this kind of girl is wrong, there won't be such a shop in this village. It's quite difficult to find one. Liang Jinxiao replied, Sure, I'll talk to your eldest aunt later. Yeah. Not long after, two men walked over to Zhao Yun'er's stall. These two people were young Master Huang and the man in blue who had eaten breakfast at her stall yesterday. Seeing the two of them walking over, Zhao Yun'er greeted them with a smile. Young Master Huang, are you here to take care of my family's business again? Young Master Huang smiled and nodded. Your breakfast is pretty good. Since we're still in Yang City, we should eat more. Otherwise, we won't be able to eat anything when we get back. Ha! Zhao Yun'er laughed. She let the two of them sit down and served breakfast. Today's breakfast was something that the two of them didn't get to eat last time. Seeing the two men eating heartily, Zhao Yun'er's lips curled up slightly. The amount of food that the two of them ate was equivalent to that of 4 people. She earned quite a bit of money. Just as the two of them were eating happily, 7 or 8 people suddenly rushed over. These people were all big and burly men. When they came to her stall, Zhao Yun'er knew that they didn't come with good intentions. However, she didn't offend anyone. What were these people doing here? After these people rushed over, they started smashing the stall. Chapter 1130. Liang Jinxiao and Mulan could only watch anxiously, but they did not dare to go up and deal with these men. Zhao Yun's frown deepened. These people would not come over to cause trouble for no reason. Zhao Yun wondered why. Who exactly did he offend? Or did they see that his business was too good, so they were unhappy and came to ruin his business? After all, because of her, the business of the other breakfast stalls was affected. It was normal for people to be jealous of her. Zhao Yun rushed over angrily and scolded these men. What are you trying to do? What right do you have to cause trouble for my stall? I didn't do anything illegal. If you dare to touch it again, I'll report it to the authorities. After Zhao Yun yelled at them, the leader of the men snorted coldly and said, report it to the authorities? Then go ahead and report it to the authorities. You can try and see if they will care about you. Zhao Yun was furious. What kind of people were they? Were they not afraid of the authorities? It seemed like there was someone important behind all of this. However, Zhao Yun still could not figure out who she had offended. She set up her stall obediently and did not have much to do with the people who paid attention to her. Who could she have offended? Or did the authorities find out about her relationship with Yi Li? But that did not seem right either. If that was the case, these people should have arrested her and locked her up. After all, she was guilty of harboring criminals. There was no need to cause trouble for her stall like this. Zhao Yun could not figure out what was going on and was very anxious. Now that her stall had been destroyed, how was she going to survive? How was she going to earn money? After all, the tea business had not taken off yet. If she set up her stall to sell breakfast, she would at least know her daily income. What should we do? Liang Jinxiao asked with a frown as he moved closer to Zhao Yun. I don't know. Hey, everything was fine. Why did these people come over and smash it? Mulan clutched the corner of her clothes, her face full of worry. At the same time, she felt the same as Zhao Yun, helpless in the face of these unreasonable people. Mulan's feelings for the stall were no less than Zhao Yun. Compared to Zhao Yun, the breakfast stall was more important to Mulan. After all, she could only rely on this to support her family's living standards. She was not as capable as Zhao Yun and could earn money through other methods. Zhao Yun bit her lower lip and glared at the people who came to smash her stall. It could be said that these people were extremely ruthless and did not show any mercy at all. They did not show any mercy when they smashed. The pots and pans on Zhao Yun's stall were all smashed to pieces. The unsold breakfast also rolled to the ground. Attracted by the fragrant smell of the breakfast, many stray cats and dogs rushed over and took away the steamed buns and dumplings on the ground. Some beggars also took the opportunity to snatch. Some greedy women also secretly put the steamed buns on the ground into their arms. Although the steamed buns on the ground were a little dirty, they could still be eaten after washing them with water. These were all good things. It would be a waste not to take them. Anyway, everyone was snatching. Zhao Yun could not stop them even if she wanted to. Chapter 1131. In addition, it would take a lot of time to buy these things. When the time came, her breakfast stall would probably not be able to operate for a while. Of course, these were all things that she would think about in the future. After all, if someone targeted her, as long as she reopened the stall, there would definitely be people who would continue to smash the stall. At this moment, Zhao Yun suddenly felt that she was too small. In front of these forces, she did not have any strength at all. If there was no one to rely on, she would only be bullied in vain. Looking at these people who were tyrannical, overbearing, and unreasonable, what could she do? Who are you? Don't go too far. Zhao Yun said coldly to these people. Little girl, so what if we go too far? Say, what will you do to us? The man who took the lead said to Zhao Yun, with a bit of savagery in his tone. Miss, I'm telling you, you'd better not offend these people. Some onlookers could not stand it and went to Zhao Yun-er and whispered to her. "Uncle, do you know these people?" Zhao Yun-er asked curiously. The man sighed. "I don't say that I know them. I just heard of them. They are the local ruffians here. But they are different from ordinary ruffians. They have connections with the officials of the imperial court. They are much more powerful than our county minister. So even if you are an official, our county minister does not dare to interfere." After the man's explanation, Zhao Yun-er understood. It turned out that this was the case. Why were these people so insolent? They were not afraid of reporting to the officials. It turned out that they had people behind them. Zhao Yun-er could not help but sigh in her heart. This feudal society was really dark. As long as one had power and influence, one could do whatever one wanted. "But I didn't offend them," Zhao Yun-er muttered. The man said carefully, "You may not have offended them, but you may have offended others." "Uncle, what do you mean?" "Hey, miss, these people have some background, so if someone wants to deal with you as long as you pay, they can help. Today they came to smash your stall. Maybe someone paid them to come." "Hey, miss, I won't talk about it anymore. You're on your own now. I'll leave first." After the man finished speaking, he hurriedly ran away. He was afraid that if he revealed too much, these people would come back to settle accounts with him. He had said enough to Zhao Yun. He had done his best. Zhao Yun-er pondered a little more in her eyes. She had no idea that someone was messing with her in the dark. It seemed like she would have to swallow this grievance. Mr. Huang and the blue-clothed man were sitting in front of the stall, eating quietly. However, they were disturbed by the sudden appearance of someone. Seeing a bowl flying towards young Master Huang, the blue-robed man hurriedly got up and kicked the bowl to the side. Bang! It fell to the ground. The bowl shattered into pieces, but young Master Huang was still eating calmly, as if he didn't care at all. The blue-robed man looked at young Master Huang nervously. "Young Master, this?" After the blue-robed man finished speaking, young Master Huang swallowed the last dumpling into his stomach and stood up. "What is going on?" Young Master Huang's voice carried a hint of anger. Chapter 1132. He glanced coldly at the people who came here to destroy his stall. His eyes were filled with an aura of disdain for the world. At this moment, he was the ruler of the world. After the reprimand, the man who was destroying the stall was stunned and looked at young Master Huang. However, after a slight pause, he resumed his actions. The leader of the group said to young Master Huang, "Are you blind? Can't you see it? We're destroying your stall. Get out of the way and don't block the way. Otherwise, we'll take care of you as well." After the leader finished speaking, the others continued to destroy the stall. All the tables and chairs in Zhao Yun'er's house were destroyed. The scene was unbearable. After the leader finished speaking, young Master Huang's eyes turned even colder. "These people? They're really arrogant." Before young Master Huang could say anything, the man in blue couldn't take it anymore. "Do you know who you're talking to? How dare you?" The man in blue reprimanded them. The leader was fearless to begin with. In Sun City, he was the most authoritative person. Therefore, after the blue-clothed man finished speaking, the leading man replied disdainfully, "Who am I talking to? I don't care who you're talking to. Do you think I'm afraid? When you're in Sun City, no one can do anything to me." When the man spoke, he was extremely arrogant and fearless. The man in blue was even angrier. These people were too lawless. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes today, he probably wouldn't have believed that such a scourge existed in Sun City. The man in blue snorted, "Aren't you afraid that the authorities will arrest you? Since you've caused such a ruckus, you must be severely punished." "The authorities? What can the authorities do to us? Let me tell you, this place is far away from the authorities. No one can do anything to us. We have someone backing us. His position is higher than that of a county magistrate." The man shouted arrogantly. After he finished speaking, he seemed to be proud of himself. The man in blue frowned. For a moment he didn't know what to say. Instead, he looked at young Master Huang nervously. He saw that young Master Huang's face had darkened. The blue-clothed man muttered in his heart, "It's over, it's over, it's over." Young Master Huang snorted coldly and said to the leading man, "Hee, I'm curious to know who is backing you up." After that, he instructed the man in blue, "Go and report this to the authorities. Arrest these people for me." The blue-clothed man nodded. Young Master Huang's imposing manner intimidated the few men who came to cause trouble. "You want to catch us? You're not that simple," the man said angrily. Anyway, Zhao Yun's business was almost done. It was time to leave. Thus, the leader of the group called for the others to leave. Zhao Yun hurriedly stepped forward to stop him. "Stop right there. You want to leave after smashing my stall? It's not that easy." Zhao Yun's face was also calm. Just now, when she saw the aura that burst out from young Master Huang's body, she felt that young Master Huang's identity was not simple. Since he said to report it to the authorities, he naturally had to report it to the authorities. He should send it to the authorities first. There should be a way to find out what was going on. Chapter 1133. Zhao Yun was curious. Who would hate her so much? Facing Zhao Yun's angry little face, the few burly men didn't take Zhao Yun seriously. After all, Zhao Yun's petite body couldn't possibly deal with them. The leader of the men frowned and shouted at Zhao Yun in disgust, "Get lost! Get lost! Don't force me to attack a woman." Zhao Yun didn't give up. "I said that I won't let you go, so I won't let you go. Today, I'm going to arrest you and bring you to the authorities for questioning. Since you're not afraid of anything, are you afraid of the authorities? If you have the guts, then don't leave." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, the leader of the men was already impatient. Who said that they weren't afraid of the authorities? But it was still troublesome. If they left now, it would naturally save them a lot of trouble. Why did they have to go to the authorities? Since Zhao Yun refused to leave, the leader of the men attacked Zhao Yun. Just as he was about to shake off Zhao Yun suddenly grabbed his arm. Then, Zhao Yun threw him over her shoulder, causing him to fall heavily to the ground. Ouch! The man let out a muffled and painful groan. The surrounding onlookers looked at Zhao Yun in shock. They didn't expect that a petite woman like Zhao Yun could explode with such power. She even threw a burly man like Zhao Yun to the ground. Young Master Huang, who was standing not far away, looked at Zhao Yun with a trace of playfulness and curiosity. This girl looked a little different from the rest. She actually had such good skills. It seemed that she wasn't simple. It was really hard to imagine that such a delicate body could explode with such power. When the other men saw this, they hurriedly helped the leader up. "Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, why did you get hit by a woman?" The leader of the group called out a few times and then called out to the others, "What are you guys waiting for? Hurry up and help me up. It hurts so much." Thus, the other men hurriedly helped him up. The leader of the group rubbed his buttocks. This fall was not light at all. Even his bones felt as if they had been shattered. It really hurt. It wasn't just about the pain. As a man, he was beaten up by a woman in front of so many people. He couldn't keep his face. He reckoned that others would laugh him to death later. The more he thought, the angrier he became. This woman was really too much. Thus, he called out to the other men, "Teach her a good lesson for me. She actually dared to lay her hands on me. If I don't make her cry to the heavens today, I'll be letting myself down." Big brother, don't be angry. We'll help you deal with this little bitch." "Yes, big brother, we'll help you." As they spoke, the men surrounded Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun's eyes were filled with vigilance. She could deal with one person, but she couldn't deal with so many of them. Moreover, she took advantage of the situation when they were unprepared. If they really fought, she would be in a disadvantageous position. Zhao Yun could only hope that the officials would arrive soon. That way, she wouldn't be at a disadvantage. Chapter 1134. What should she do now? If these people really laid a hand on Zhao Yun, Zhao Yun would definitely be hurt. When Zhao Yun saw these people surrounding her, she took a few steps back. What are you trying to do? Do you still want to lay a hand on me in broad daylight? Zhao Yun asked coldly. She just wanted to stall for time. When these people heard this, they snorted softly. Yes, we want to lay a hand on you. So what? Young lady, you've dealt with our big brother today, so you'll be in for it. Don't come over, don't come near me, you disgusting men. Young lady, you're quite stubborn. I'll teach you a lesson later, then you'll know how to speak properly. As he spoke, the man took a step forward and grabbed Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun could not move in the hands of these people. Let go of my daughter. Liang Jinxiao rushed over anxiously, but before she could get close to Zhao Yun, she was pushed by someone and fell to the ground. Liang Jinxiao fell hard, and her brows were knitted together in pain. Zhao Yun wanted to go forward and help Liang Jinxiao, but she still could not break free. She could only look at Liang Jinxiao worriedly. Mu Lan and Mu Hin hurriedly helped Liang Jinxiao up. Mother, are you okay? How are you feeling? Does it hurt? Zhao Yun asked Liang Jinxiao worriedly. Liang Jinxiao waved her hand. Mother is fine, mother is fine. This is Yun. Seeing Liang Jinxiao's concern for her, Zhao Yun replied, Mother, don't come over, in case they hurt you. Sigh. Liang Jinxiao sighed heavily, extremely anxious. Faced with the situation in front of her, there was nothing she could do. How could a few women deal with so many men? They could only watch helplessly as Zhao Yun was bullied. Young Master Huang, who was standing beside him, watched the scene with cold eyes. Seeing that Zhao Yun was in danger, he couldn't sit still any longer. With a wave of his fan, he smashed these people away. Then, the man in yellow rushed over and kicked these people to the ground one by one. Zhao Yun regained her freedom. The skill of the yellow-clothed man just now was simply amazing. He looked even more powerful than Mu Lianfeng. Zhao Yun couldn't help but be curious. Who was this man? If he could help her, it meant that he was on her side. Zhao Yun was looking forward to seeing how powerful this young Master Huang was to be able to deal with this group of villains. The man who was beaten down by young Master Huang stood up again and rushed towards young Master Huang with a face full of anger. You are really courting death. Don't blame us for being rude if you meddle in our business. Go, all of you go. Teach him a lesson, beat him up so badly that even his parents won't recognize him. Seeing the men rushing towards young Master Huang, Zhao Yun was worried about young Master Huang. She wasn't sure if young Master Huang could handle it. After all, he had offended these people because of her. Young Master, be careful. Zhao Yun shouted at young Master Huang. Young Master Huang smirked. His face was calm, as if he wasn't afraid of being surrounded by these people. Miss, don't worry, I'm fine. Chapter 1135. His movements were as smooth as flowing water. There was no pressure at all when dealing with these people. Screams could be heard from the ground. After rolling around in sweat, they were in so much pain that they could not get up. Not long after, the people from the government came over. Even the county magistrate came over personally with a group of constables. The county magistrate walked to young Master Huang and asked nervously, Young Master Huang. This? Young Master Huang snorted and said, Such a situation happened in your district. Don't tell me you don't know about it? The county magistrate's heart skipped a beat. He said nervously to young Master Huang, You don't know. I have never seen such a situation before. Young Master Huang's voice became colder. Then you have failed in your duty. Young Master, all right, there's no need to say any more. Hurry up and bring these people back. Interrogate them properly. I want to know who gave them the guts to be so tyrannical and do whatever they want. They are not even afraid of the government. They are creating trouble for no reason. They don't even care about the laws of the imperial court. They are so arrogant. Do they think that no one can discipline them? After young Master Huang finished speaking, The county magistrate's forehead was covered with a layer of cold sweat. He thought to himself, "This is great. How could he not know that these people were creating trouble?" He just turned a blind eye to it. It was not easy for him to be an official. He did not want to get into too much trouble. But who would have thought that of all the people they could have offended, they actually offended Sigh. The county magistrate sighed heavily in his heart. He hoped that he would not be too unlucky to be involved in this matter. The county magistrate promised young Master Huang, "Yes, yes, yes. I will bring them back and interrogate them properly. We must not let such a malignant tumor stay in Yang City and do evil things." Young Master Huang faintly nodded his head in response, but there was still displeasure between his eyebrows. This matter made him very angry. Under the county magistrate and the constable's help, all the men on the ground were caught and brought away. Seeing these people being taken away by the people of the imperial court, Zhao Yun'er heaved a heavy sigh of relief. This matter could be considered to have obtained a slightly better result. However, these people did not reveal who ordered them, so Zhao Yun'er was still worried. He was afraid that the breakfast stall would not be able to open for a while. When Liang Jinxiao saw this, he was both happy and relieved. He was happy that the bad guys were finally taken away by the authorities, but he sighed because he didn't know what to do with his stall being smashed to such a state. Looking at the broken things on the ground, Liang Jinxiao's heart ached. "Hey, Yun'er, what should we do now?" Zhao Yun'er shrugged. "There's no other way. Let's go back and rest for a few days. We'll wait for the results of the investigation." Liang Jinxiao nodded. That was the only way. The things on the ground were basically useless. They were all smashed to pieces. Zhao Yun'er tidied up a few things, picked them up, and put them in the car. She might be able to continue using them after some repairs. Young Master Huang was still standing at the same spot. He had no intention of leaving. When Zhao Yun'er saw this, she walked towards him. Chapter 1136. Young Master Huang smiled faintly and said, "Miss, you don't have to be so polite. It's these people who went too far." "It's not that I'm being polite, but I really have to thank young Master for today. Otherwise, I would have fallen into the hands of these ruffians. I don't know what kind of grievances I would have to suffer." Zhao Yun'er sighed. Actually, she was trying to get close to young Master Huang by saying this. Perhaps this man could help her by chatting more with young Master Huang and getting to know him better. Not to mention other things, just from the attitude of the district magistrate towards him and the way he looked at these people with disdain, she knew that this man's identity was definitely not ordinary. If he was a noble, it would be a piece of cake for these people to listen to his apology. Young Master Huang smiled and looked at Zhao Yun'er with a trace of admiration in his eyes. "Miss, your performance today really opened my eyes. It really makes people feel that you're different from the rest." Zhao Yun'er guessed that young Master Huang was talking about how she dealt with the man. She smiled and twitched the corner of her mouth. "My martial arts are just mediocre. Compared to young Master Huang, it's like the difference between heaven and earth. That's not bad. Ordinary women don't even have mediocre martial arts. I wonder if you've specially learned martial arts?" Zhao Yun'er shook her head. "I didn't specially learn martial arts. I just learned some self-defense moves from others." "I see." The smile on young Master Huang's face deepened. It made people feel that there was a hidden meaning behind it. Zhao Yun'er smiled awkwardly. She didn't know what to say. Mulan and Liang Jinxiao had already cleaned up the things on the ground. They asked Zhao Yun'er if it was time to go back. Zhao Yun'er could only follow young Master Huang. "Young Master, you should go back too. I have to go home now." Young Master Huang suddenly stopped Zhao Yun'er. "Wait." Zhao Yun'er looked at young Master Huang in confusion and asked, "Young Master, is there anything else? Since you think that I've helped you today, don't you want to repay me?" Young Master Huang only raised his eyebrows, but Zhao Yun'er was stunned. Why was this man so hypocritical? Just now, he told him not to be too polite. Now, he asked him to repay him. Where did this logic come from? "Young Master Huang, how do you want me to repay you? If I can do it, I'll do it." Zhao Yuner thought in her heart, as long as the request was not too excessive, she was afraid that this man would open his mouth and ask for something. Miss will definitely be able to do it. Then tell me about it, young master. I've tasted the tea leaves you gave me these past 2 days and I think they're very good. If it's possible, can you give me more before I leave Yang City? I'll bring it back and slowly savor it. After young Master Huang finished speaking, his lips curled into a smile. When Zhao Yuner heard this, she immediately nodded and agreed. Sure, of course. That's good. Other than that, I don't have any other requests. All right, young master. I'll take my leave first. Young Master Huang nodded, waved the fan in his hand, and strode away. The things on Zhao Yun's breakfast stall could only be thrown away as junk. This time, the loss was huge. Mulan and Liang Jinxiao sighed inwardly, feeling pity for the breakfast stall. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.